Today's game is the inaugural Two Rivers Cup, sponsored by Prestige Hotel and Resort. The winner of this game will take home the Two Rivers Cup.
And now they're going to lose them to Christmas, so it's like, well, New Year's, they don't say. Yeah, but that's going to be like December by then. Well, maybe end of November, I guess. Or middle of November. I don't know any games that have. Why? Pretty wide open.
Broncos fans, let's make some noise for the Kamloops Broncos! Broncos fans, it's time to introduce year Broncos graduating in 2023 BCFC All-Stars. Brought to you by United Rentals. From Regina, Saskatchewan, 2022 and 2023 All-Star Selection, number 32, Keegan Kodiaks. From Kamloops, BC, 2022-2023 All-Star Selection, number 17, Colton Nicole. Thank you to the following Broncos who are playing their last CGFL game tonight. From London, UK, number 33, Alex Deardew. From Kamloops, BC, number 78, Kale Kilbride. From New Orleans, Louisiana, number 10, Corey Deuce Kidd. Alberta, number 50, Devin Buckwitz. From Kodiaks, Saskatchewan, number 31, Keegan Norris. From Kitchener, Ontario, number 9, Paul Alabi. In his final game as a Bronco, a former six-man standout from Wakawa Warriors and Team Canada came to the Broncos for his first season in 2017. 25 great seasons for the Broncos. That wraps up tonight. Please welcome to the field, number 15, Jake Belafontaine. Playing in his final as a Bronco, another six-man standout from Saskatchewan. He was a 2017 BCFC Rookie of the Year and one of the Broncos' all-time leading tacklers. Playing in his final game as a Bronco after 5 great seasons, please welcome to the field, number 5, Abe Bimbo. Please rise if you are able and remove your hats and join our special guest, Penny Belafontaine, in the singing of the Canadian National Anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North Star.
And hello, football fans, and welcome to Hillside Stadium in beautiful Kamloops, British Columbia. I will be your play-by-play announcer tonight. My name is James Bicknell, and tonight's matchup between the 2-7 Prince George Kodiaks versus the 1-8 Kamloops Broncos. But there's so much more on the line than that, as these two teams are going for the Rivers Cup tonight. The inaugural Rivers Cup will be basically a bowl game played between the Kamloops Broncos and the Prince George Kodiaks every year going forward for bragging rights, as we see the captains go to center field right now for the coin toss. Last week's results, the home Okanagan Sun beat up on the Prince George Kodiaks 73-10. And the home Kamloops Broncos had a tough matchup versus the Valley Huskers as they lost 39-3. But with this being the last game of the regular season, throw the records out, throw the standings out. Everyone's playing for pride tonight, and they need to get their game film out for whatever comes of next year. It'll be a long off season for the loser, and the victor gets to hoist the Rivers Cup for the inaugural season. And we get ready for kickoff here. Should be an entertaining matchup between these two evenly matched teams. The Prince George Kodiaks did win the Week 3 matchup between them and the Broncos. Their other win coming versus the Vancouver Island Raiders in Week 4. The Kamloops Broncos also beat the Vancouver Island Raiders for their lone win of the season. And here we go. It looks like the Kamloops Broncos have elected to receive the opening kickoff as the lights come on in this overcast evening at Hillside. Not a significant amount of breeze out there right now, so we are looking at perfect football weather. And we are getting all set for what promises to be an exciting matchup. If you watched any of the Broncos game last week, you know that head coach Vankenet will throw everything that he has as far as trick plays out there tonight. I would be shocked if we didn't see at least a couple of onside attempts from him, plus a couple of onside punt recovers. As for the Kodiaks, same thing. You're here to win the Rivers Cup, so I would imagine we'll get some very entertaining plays as the night goes on. And with no wind really to speak of, I imagine both teams will look to air the ball out, with the Broncos having two top receivers in the BCFC in number 1, Caleb Sens, and league all-star number 17, Colton Meikle. We'll wait to find out who the point man will be for the Broncos on offense, but Kodiaks are coming out with the kickoff team, and the Broncos are getting set up for the kick return. And back deep to return for the Kamloops Broncos is number 1, Caleb Sens, and number 15, Jack Belfontaine. Set up for a deep kickoff here. Number 41 for the Kodiaks, Braden Harper, sets to kick off. And the kick is up, and it is deep. Back to number 1, Caleb Sens. Takes the ball, gets around the 20-yard line, cuts up the sideline, and he's knocked out of bounds around the 25-yard line, where the Broncos offense will set up and get ready to start marching. And it looks like number 8 for the Broncos is out there, which should be Clark Snyder is going to start at quarterback tonight. The Broncos have had quite the rotation at quarterback throughout the year, but Snyder's in there and he's healthy, and he'll hand the ball off up the middle. And that'll be a big gain of close to first down yardage for number 26, Bam Bam Cameron Jagorchik. Looks like it was a gain of about 8 yards on first down. And that'll be absolutely key for the Broncos on offense tonight, is to hand the ball off and get any kind of run game established. Another handoff up the middle, and Jagorchik's going to be good enough for first down yardage. And if you're the Broncos, you absolutely love to see just the power running up the middle of Jagorchik early. Gives the quarterback Snyder a chance to really settle in and get his feet underneath him there. And it looks like at the bottom of your screen you're going to have Brock Dufort and Colton Meikle in motion going forward. Hand off right side to Jagorchik. He's got room to run. And this is going to be good for another Bronco first down. Broncos are just getting massive runs on first down, and that is wonderful news if you're the Kamloops Broncos. If you're the Prince George Kodiaks, you're going to look to tighten that up and try to make the Broncos as one-dimensional as possible as soon as you can. Dufort and Meikle at the top of your screen. Jagorchik in the backfield. And it looks like 87, the tight end, Sheldon Aitken in motion. Hand off to Jagorchik right side, and that's going to be another massive first down gain. Looks like a run of about 14 yards on first down. This Broncos offensive line is just performing out of their minds at the moment on this first drive, which started from the 25-yard line. They've got the ball now on the 41 of the Kodiaks. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Jagorchik lines up behind the quarterback, Snyder. Shotgun snap, handoff, right-hand side, and he's going to be met in the backfield. Looks like he got maybe a yard, and it'll bring up second and about 9. The Kodiaks defense steps up big on this one. Looks like they just ran a little game down inside, and tackle made by number 27 and number 90 for the Kodiaks, 90 being Jason Kratt, and 19 I don't have on my roster here. Snyder out of the gun, looks right side, has a man open, that sends down the right-hand side, and that'll be caught. And a great gain on second and 9, and that'll be good for a Bronco first down. Looks like he stepped out of bounds at the 23-yard line. This Broncos offense is looking crisp on this opening drive. Jagorchik lines up behind Snyder out of the gun. 3 receivers at the top of your screen. Little play action, gets the ball to Meikle out in the flat. Meikle goes for the hurdle. Does not quite make the hurdle. He'll be brought down after a gain of about 4 yards. That'll bring up second and 6. Interesting little play by the Broncos. Basically an extension of the run play there. Gets Meikle out in the flat, gets him some space to operate, but he'll be brought down by a great tackle out in the open field. Snyder out of the gun, Jagorchik behind him. Receivers go in motion. The snap is high. Snyder does a great job just to fall on it, and the Broncos will lose about 15 yards on the bad snap, and that'll bring up about 3rd and 25. They're going to have to make a decision. They're right on the edge of field goal range, and the offense looks like it's going to stay out there for 3rd and 25. Very limited playbook options at this down and distance. They'll stay in that formation with 3 receivers at the top of your screen. Jagorchik lines up, Duford in motion, goes to the bottom of your screen. Flag on the play. Snyder throws deep, had sends and just missed him. We'll wait to see what the flag is. It appeared to be offside by the Broncos. Just waiting to get the signal from the ref here. And we've got offside on the defense, so that should be a 5-yard penalty, and they'll replay the third down. Keeps it about 3rd and 20, and it appears the field goal unit's going to stay on the sidelines, and the Broncos will get another chance. Correction, it'll be about 3rd and 15. Snyder out of the gun. You've got Meikle and Sens up at the top of your screen. Duford in motion going forward. Snyder drops back to pass. He's got time. Fires over the right-hand side. He's got a man open, and that'll be good for a Bronco first down. Caught by number 88. Just get the number here. Nick Welcher. Great play to catch that ball. Perfect spot. Right for the receiver to get it on that corner route. He just finds the hole in the zone. Snyder with an absolute beautiful ball. Way to get the receiver down so he doesn't have to take a big hit. Out of the gun, Jagorczyk behind Snyder again. 3 receivers at the top. He's looking to his right. Has Meikle open in the flat. Meikle breaks a tackle and goes into the end zone. And that'll be a touchdown for the Broncos. No flags on the play. And that is by far the Kamloops Broncos' best opening drive that they have had all year. They saved it for the Rivers Cup because it's the most important trophy in the BCFC, if you ask this play-by-play announcer. Looks like the Broncos will send out the extra point team. Meikle is a BCFC All-Star this year, as the Broncos rush out one more blocker for this extra point attempt. And it's a bad snap. Kicker's gonna have to pick it up, and he'll just take a knee and pass the ball to the ref. One of the more interesting giving yourselves up I've seen on the football field this year, but nonetheless, the Broncos will take a 6-0 lead. And that touchdown is brought to you by Wells Gray Tours. If you are looking for any tour anywhere around the world, give our guy Fraser Neve a call at Wells Gray Tours. And with 9:32 to go in the first quarter, the Kamloops Broncos are up 6-0 over the Prince George Kodiaks. They are setting up for the kickoff now. And if last week is any indicator, you're going to see some fun coming from head coach Reed Vankenet. Braden Vankenet, sorry. His brother was the quarterback last year, Braden Vankenet. They set up for the kick, and he kicks it off deep, much to my surprise. Number 7 of the Kodiaks on the return, O'Marion Martin. He's got the ball. He'll try to cut up the outside, but he goes out of bounds at around the 31-yard line. Great little return there as he caught the ball around the 10, worked his way, followed the blockers up the left. And the tackle made by number 87 of the Broncos, Sheldon Aitken. Offense coming out for the Prince George Kodiaks now. They've got 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Handoff up the middle, and that will go for a gain of about 3 yards. Cale Calley is the quarterback for the Kodiaks, and that handoff went to, well, I missed the number for the handoff. I'll get it on this next one there. Kodiaks are going to be 2nd and 9 from the 32-yard line. Cowley out of the gun, drops back to pass, looking to his left, scrambles, throws to his right. He's got a man open, but that ball will fall incomplete, bringing up 3rd and 9. Cowley had time, and then the rush started to get to him. It looked like it was Kalen Berg, and he threw to number 8, Caden Wagner. But that ball hit the ground. He was open, but unfortunately unable to make that play, and that'll bring up a punting situation for the Prince George Kodiaks. Looks like Cowley, the quarterback, is also the punter. 2 Broncos back deep to return. There's the snap, handled cleanly. And it's a wobbly punt down the left-hand side, and that ball's going to work its way out of bounds at around the 44-yard line, where the Broncos offense will take over. Good punt for the Kodiaks, ensuring that there will be no return and a no yards penalty. And now they'll ask the defense to go out there and get a stop and get the offense the ball back with 8:04 to go in the first quarter. Broncos offense on the first drive had a good mix of running the ball and passing the ball. We'll see what they look to do here as they line up with, it appears, 2 tight ends on the right-hand side, or on each side. Handoff up the right-hand side to Jagorchik. He's got some room to run, and he's going to be close to first down yardage. It appears to be right near the line to gain. And we're just waiting to get the signal from the officials, but the handoff up the right-hand side, they have just been able to power run that football over there from monster gains. And they're going to move the chain, so they're going to call that a first down for the Broncos. Broncos coming out in a 2 tight end set and just saying they're going to come and run the football. Snyder in the shotgun. Jagorchik behind him. 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen are Sens and Meikle. Handoff up the middle again. This time Jagorchik's met just beyond the line of scrimmage. It looks like he's going to gain about 2 yards on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 8. And he just ran into a wall that time. There was no room to go. Looks like the Broncos are going to stay in that 2 tight end set. Duford at the top of your screen. Meikle and Sens at the bottom. Jagorchik in the backfield. And they're going to hand it off to the right-hand side again. Jagorchik with room to run. Once again gets near the line to gain. It looks like he picked up the first down. The Broncos have really come out and committed to running the football tonight. And they've had lots of room on that right-hand side to move the ball. First down at around the 44-yard line of the Kodiaks. Broncos are going to stay in that 2 tight end formation. Receivers are Dufort, Meikle, and Sens. Meikle goes to the top of the screen. Jagorchik in the backfield. Snyder takes the shotgun snap, play action, fires over the middle. Pass is going to fall incomplete to number 87, Sheldon Aitken. Had lots of time as far as dropping back to pass and just tried to fire over the middle, but not a lot of room. Very tight window trying to complete that in, but play action on first down. It's going to be open for the Broncos if they can keep running the football the way that they have been able to on first and second down. And they're going to spread out now, getting out of that 2 tight end set. 3 receivers at the top of your screen. Snyder takes the shotgun snap, looks to the left-hand side. Wide receiver is open, and he's going to be right near the yards to gain. Looks like number 83, Curtis Pearson, for the Broncos on the catch. Soft coverage from the wide corner, and he's going to be open on that all day. Snyder looking very comfortable back in the pocket. The Broncos offensive line's doing a good job of giving him protection, and they've been doing a good job in the run game tonight as well after a tough week last week versus the Huskers. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Snyder takes the shotgun snap, handoff to Jagorchik. He's going to cut back to the right-hand side, but he's going to run into a couple of Kodiak defenders. He's going to be met near the line of scrimmage. Looks like it's number 55 on the tackle for the Kodiaks, and that's Caden Crow with a nice nice tackle to keep it to a 2-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 8. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Meikle up at the top. Jagorchik's going to stay in the backfield behind Snyder. Shotgun snap. Drops back. Got a man open on the left. He had Meikle open, but he just missed the throw on that, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 8. Meikle open in the flat and had room to run, but Snyder was unable to get the ball to him on that one. Offense is going to stay out on the field as Vankanet vowed to me early into the game to be aggressive. It's going to be 3rd and 8, and they're at the 31-yard line of the Kodiaks. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Snap back to Snyder. Looks down the left-hand side, fires a little bit early, and Sens unable to make a play on that ball. And that'll be a turnover on downs. It looks like they're going to keep trying to work that short side of the field as there's a bit of a cushion from the corners, but just an extra move by Sens there, and that threw off the timing between him and Snyder, and they're unable to complete that pass. So the Kodiaks will take over on their own 31-yard line after going 2 and out with their first offensive possession. Caden Crowley's going to come out and lead the offense. And it looks like you've got 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. And single backfield motion. Oh, looks like the snap went directly to the fly sweep. Ball's on the ground. And we've got a forced fumble with the Broncos taking over. That play looked like trouble all the way at the start. The motion man looked like he just took the snap away from the quarterback. Whether he was supposed to get it or not, I don't know. But boy, that was a tough looking play from the get-go for the Kodiaks. And the Broncos, luckily for the Broncos, fall on the ball. They're going to take over at the 38-yard line. Offense has been moving the ball well tonight. They just got stalled on the last possession by a couple of missed opportunities, I guess would be a way of phrasing it. And they're going to come out in a 2-back set with Snyder, Jagorchik, and number 24, Aiden Kwang. And we've got a delay on the field for a minute as the officials are getting themselves all sorted after the turnover. And the ball's blown in now, so 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen, 2 at the top, and 2 in the backfield. Kwang goes up to block, and it's going to be a handoff up the right-hand side. Jagorchik with another run, but we've got a fumble on the field, and we have back-to-back turnovers. That is BCFC football for you right there. Jagorchik with another massive run up the right-hand side, but he's just unable to hold on to the ball as it looked like the defender, number 45 for the Kodiaks, Joseph Bertman, just got his hands on the ball and just kept ripping. Jagorchik trying to get his hands back on the ball, unable to do so before his knee goes down. And the Kodiaks are going to take over from the 19-yard line. What a turn of events. Just when the Broncos had a great field position and an opportunity to really try to put their foot down, they give the ball right back. Caden Crowley goes under center for the Kodiaks. There's something you don't see a lot in CFL football. Handoff up the left-hand side. And we got a late flag coming in. But it was a big gain on the run there for number 18 of the Kodiaks, Thomas Delgado. And we wait to see what the flag is, but the rushing attack for both teams has been quite substantial tonight. That's a big carry on first down if the play will hold. We wait to see what the flag is. Looked like a gain of about 8 to 9 yards on that. And we got a holding call against the Broncos. That penalty will be declined. Oh, and I apologize. Thomas Delgado with about a 10-yard carry for a Kodiak first down. Cowley takes a snap. Run up the left-hand side. He's going to pick up about 3-4 yards. It looked like a designed quarterback run. It was a designed run the whole way. Pretty good first down gainer to bring up 2nd and 6. Kodiaks could really use a couple more first downs. Cale Cowley out of the gun. Looks like Delgado in the backfield. 3 receivers at the top. Drops back, play action, fires over the middle, had a man open in his hands, but that'll fall incomplete. Had a man open on the post, and Cowley with a brilliant throw gets it right in there, just unable to hang on. Receiver, or the defensive back, Abe Fimbo, all over him, but unable to complete that on 2nd down. That'll bring up a punting situation at 3rd and 6. Cowley back to punt. Broncos again with 2 deep returners. Nice snap back to Cowley. And there's a booming punt spiral, but it'll go out of bounds. And we'll wait to see where the official goes. Looks like he's going to stop around the 45-yard line of the Broncos. And the offense will take over. That was a high, tight spiral by Cowley. There we go. Broncos will take over at the 45. Last possession, Jagorchik had a big run, but he fumbled at the end of it. Kodiaks managed to get 1 first down out of that and then punt the ball away. And with 1:45 to go in the first quarter, the Broncos lead 6-0. Snyder out of the gun. Handoff, right-hand side. And that's a carry of about, he's still going, driving his feet. And that's a gain of about 22 yards by number 24, Aiden Kwang. And this offensive line is having its way on the right-hand side, and what a way to finish that run. He puts his head down, keeps driving his feet, gets 2 hands on the football. Just an absolutely brilliant run with 1:10 to go in the first quarter. And the Broncos offense is marching again. They only have 1 score for all the yards that they've gotten in the first quarter here, but 2 receivers at the top of your screen. Snap to Snyder. He'll play action to Kwang, fire on the right-hand side, and that's going to be caught by number 86, Moy Kamara. I apologize, number 88, Nick Welcher. It'll be a gain of about 4 yards on first down, brings up 2nd and 6. Broncos coming out with a tight end on the right-hand side. And it looks like Kwang is in the backfield. Snyder out of the gun. Handoff, right-hand side. Kwang looks for a little bit of room. Unable to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 7. Looked like he broke 1 tackle, kept his driving his feet, and it's going to take a couple Kodiaks to bring him down, but ultimately they're going to hold him to 3rd down. And as the Broncos have been aggressive all night, they'll stay aggressive on 3rd and 6. And this will be the last play of the first quarter. 3 receivers to the top of your screen. Sens and Meikle at the bottom. Snyder out of the gun. He'll take the snap, looking left side, fires, has a man open. Caught by number 19, Brock Dufort. We got a flag in the backfield. Snyder looks to be in a little bit of discomfort as he gets up. And the offensive lineman indicating that we've got roughing the passer against the Kodiaks, and that's what we have. So that'll be good for a Broncos first down. That's just a tough play for the Kodiaks to make there. I don't know if Dufort had the yards to gain on the reception, but that'll be null and void as Snyder was roughed after the play. And so that'll be 15 yards and a Bronco first down as we wait for the officials to get the yardage figured out, and then we'll have quarter time here. The Broncos had their best offensive quarter of the year, only managed to put up 6 points as they had a bad snap on the PAT. But they're going to move the ball to the 20-yard line. And I believe they'll have to have 1 more play as you can't end on a penalty. So the Broncos will start 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Little confusion out of the huddle. Sens and Meikle at the top of your screen. They've got a 2-back set. Snyder flanked on either side. Jagorczyk goes up. Play action. Snyder fires backside. The ball's tipped up. And Kodiaks are unable to turn the ball over, but that'll be the end of the first quarter. The score, the Broncos 6 and Kodiaks 0 at the end of the first quarter. Broncos doing an absolutely brilliant job on offense to move the ball. Jagorczyk had 1 fumble in that first quarter, and that's probably been the main difference between them having more points than where they're at. Kodiaks having a bit of a time on offense right now. They've had a little bit of success on the ground. A couple of drops by the wide receivers, but if they get those, they've had room. They've been able to get open. They're just looking to tighten things up as the game progresses. The Broncos will start on the 20-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 10 as they change sides of the field here at Hillside Stadium in Kamloops, British Columbia. Overcast night. The wind, if any, is going from east to west. But, you know, for all you golfers, it's less than a 1-club wind, so not much to write home about. Snyder's going to start out of the gun. And it's going to be a handoff off the left-hand side. We got a flag, but he is met in the backfield by number 90 of the Kodiaks, Jason Krangle, with an absolute monster tackle on 2nd and 10, but we'll wait to see what the flag is. Indications is offside. So it looks like it was offside on the Kodiaks, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. They'll replay the 2nd down. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Broncos from the 15. Snyder coming out. Jagorczyk's in the backfield. And they've got 1 tight end at the top of your screen, number 87. Snyder looks to fire over the left-hand side. He's got Sens. And Sens is going to be tackled around the 7-yard line. That'll be good for a 1st down. The Broncos will be 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Caleb Sens has been a sure-handed catch for whatever Broncos quarterback has been at the pivot this year. And having him and Meikle on the same side is going to be a challenge for any defense within the league. Snyder out of the gun, Jagorczyk in the backfield. And it's a handoff up the middle. Jagorczyk driving his feet. He's going to get close, but the Kodiaks are going to get 4 or 5 guys and bring him down. It appears he got up to the 4-yard line. Good hard running from Jagorczyk. The offensive line's getting a pretty good push, but credit the Kodiaks. They're going to stiffen their backs when they're getting near the goal line. They've done a good job throughout the whole first quarter of limiting the Broncos to points. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. 2-back set for the Broncos. Both the backs go out. Snyder fires over the middle, but he's unable to complete the ball to the running back. It looked like that was number 24, Aiden Kwang, out of the backfield. That's going to bring up 3rd down. And Vanke sticking true to his word. He's going to leave the offense out on the field. They're going to bring number 87 in, Sheldon Aitken. Kwang's going to come out of the game, so it'll be a single-back set for the Broncos. I would imagine Snyder's going to be looking for Meikle on the top of your screen there, number 17, as he goes in motion. Handoff left side, Jagorczyk. And Jagorczyk runs it in virtually untouched. And that'll be good for Broncos 6 points. Aitken, number 87, gets a big kick-out block, and number 55 of the Broncos, Jamin Dunn, with a good block on the linebacker. He's going to push that defensive end in and then get up to the linebacker, and that's just a tough play for the linebacker to make as he's getting blocked by the left tackle there. And it looks like the Broncos are going to keep the offense out on the field as they don't trust the kicking game after their previous performance. So with the score 12-0, Snyder will go out of the gun. 3 receivers to the top of your screen. And there's the snap. Snyder pump fakes, runs to his left and now cuts back to his right. He's looking for someone to throw the ball to. He's going to throw it deep into the end zone. And the Hail Mary pass is going to fall gently to the ground as he was getting pressured by number 73 of the Kodiaks. Jules Trench does a good job. Schneider just throwing it in there and hoping for a miracle, but it's unable to land. And so we've got a Broncos touchdown that'll lead to the score being Prince George Kodiak 0, Kamloops Broncos 12. And a Broncos touchdown is brought to you by Wells Gray Tours. Make sure to plan your next vacation with Wells Gray Tours. With 12:55 to go in the second quarter, the Broncos are up 12-0. As they rush a man out to try to get 12 on the field for the kickoff. Now you've got a couple of receivers at the bottom of your screen, so be aware of some shenanigans on the kickoff here. But we're going to get it kicked deep for the Broncos. Kodiak gets the ball, returns. He's got some room up the middle. And a good little return is going to get him out to the 37-yard line. The return by number... I missed the number on that kick return. Looks like it was number 33 of the Kodiaks. That's not a number on the Kodiaks, at least as far as the roster I have. I apologize, folks. Kodiaks will take over at the 37-yard line. Cowley out of the gun, single back set. They run the motion, handoff, nope, play action. Incomplete pass, unable to complete on that motion fly sweep out to the receiver. Play action had me fooled though. Just unable to get any mustard on that pass out to the receiver. And they'll be looking at 2nd and 10 from the 37. Number 7, O'Marion Martin, the single set back. Cowley out of the gun, 3 receivers at the top of your screen. He's going to drop back to pass. He fires deep down the right-hand side. And a couple of Bronco defenders there. No flags on the play. Boy, he had him open for a minute, but he just put a little too much air under it. He was looking down the left to start and influence the safety. But number 9 of the Broncos, Paul Uwalabe, with a great play to come off his guy and get back there. Typically, you try not to get 2 receivers that close so that the defender doesn't get a chance to come off his guy and make a play like that. But Cowley doing the best he can. Had a little bit of time on there, but he'll go back to punt on 3rd and 10. His last punt was an absolute beauty. This one's going to go a little bit off the side of his foot and go out of bounds at around the 51-yard line of the Broncos, where the red-hot Bronco offense will take over. 11:45 to go in the second quarter. The score is the Kodiaks 0, the Broncos 12. Kodiaks having a tough time on offense, but their defense has been playing quite lights out as they've limited the Broncos offense only to 12 points so far. Snyder out of the gun. He'll have 2 backs in, 2 receivers on either side of the field. He'll take the snap, handoff to Jagorchik up the left-hand side, looking for room, and he's going to gain about 3 yards on first down, bring up 2nd and 7. Broncos trying to get a bit of a push there, but looks like the linebacker number 40 for the... Nope, missed the number on that one for the Kodiaks, but the linebacker made a great play there. Coming up, working his way through traffic to get Jagorchik and limit the gain. Snyder out of the gun. Handoff, left side. Jagorchik. Another gain of about 3 yards on 2nd and 7, so that'll bring up 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. Looked like a little trouble getting the handoff in there, but a great play by number 27, Nicholas Tremblay of the Kodiaks to limit the gain and bring up 3rd down. And seeing as how the Broncos haven't punted yet tonight, I think they would probably choose to stay in character here. Snyder, 2 backs in, motions the receivers. takes the shotgun snap, fires over the right-hand side. He's got a receiver open. And he breaks a couple of tackles and is sprinting down the sideline, but we've got a flag on the play as he goes into the end zone. We'll wait to see what the call is on the field. But an absolutely brilliant play by number 88, Nick Welcher, to get the ball in his hands and work his way down to the end zone. But it looks like this one's coming back as we've got offside against the Broncos. So they'll replay third down, taking that touchdown off the board. Welcher just showing some speed after getting the ball in his hands. It looks like the Kodiaks have been playing the far side corners way off the wide receivers to start off the play, and the Broncos have been trying to take advantage of that all game. But we'll see if they're able to do it again here on 3rd and 9. And they're not going to bring the punt team out, not on their own side of the 55. They're going to keep the offense out there. Snyder out of the gun. Jagorchik in the backfield. Sens and Meikle at the bottom of your screen. 3 receivers at the top. Snyder takes the snap, clean snap. Looks over the middle, fires. And we've got a late flag coming in as the pass falls incomplete, intended for Colton Meikle. And it looks like they've got a holding call against the Broncos, which the Kodiaks will decline, and they'll take over from the Broncos' 52-yard line. Interesting play call there. They've had the wide sides of the field open, but they're trying to work the ball to Meikle. Looked like he just missed him a little bit inside on the play. Good coverage on the play by the Kodiaks. And Cowley's going to come out with the Kodiak offense. Marion Martin in the backfield. They'll go 3 receivers to the wide side of the field. Cowley calls the motion, takes the handoff, run by Martin. And what a play by number 10 of the Broncos to come flying in there. Corey Chairs gets called on a blitz and decides that he's coming to end it. Marion Martin gets met in the backfield. Absolutely monster tackle. That'll bring up 2nd and 14 for the Kodiaks. Great defensive call by the defensive coordinator by the Broncos there, and Chairs worked his way through the offensive line almost untouched. Nothing that Martin could do on that carry. Broncos set up. Cowley out of the gun. 3 receivers to the top. He's looking down the middle. Fires, got a man. But that ball's going to fall incomplete. The Kodiaks are having a rough go through the air tonight. And it looked like they're going to keep Cowley out there, but he has been the punter all game, so I imagine the Kodiaks are going to try to pin the Broncos deep. Cowley's last punt was not his best, but the one before was absolutely phenomenal, so we'll wait to see what we get out of him here. Sends back deep to return for the Broncos. Cowley handles the snap cleanly. He's got time, and he'll punt it to the wide side, keeping it away from Sens as much as possible, and the ball's going to work its way out of bounds at around the 33-yard line of the Broncos. And the Broncos will take over on offense. Sens tried to pick it up at the very end there to gain an extra yard. Don't know about that by the young receiver for the Broncos, but he'll make his own decisions on that. And there's a reason he's on the field and I'm up in the booth, so we'll give him marks for that. Broncos are going to come out with a 1 tight end set. Looks like Jagorchik's in the backfield behind Schneider. And we're going to give the Kodiaks corner here a minute to get his shoelace tied. And the play gets blown in by the official. Schneider out of the gun. 2 receivers at the top of your screen. And it's a handoff to Jagorchik up the right-hand side. He's got a little bit of room to run. We got a flag on the play. Looks like it was caught by the Kodiak player. Interesting choice to catch the flag on that, but it was a big run by Jagorchik up the right-hand side. That offensive line is able to move some people, but It looks like we're going to get a holding call against the Broncos, so that probably explains why there was so much room up the right-hand side. With 8 minutes to go in the second quarter, the Broncos lead 12-0 over the Kodiaks. And it's going to be 2nd and 20 for the Broncos offense. And they're going to be back at their own 23-yard line. Broncos offense appears to be in a one tight end set, sorry. Single back Snyder. Fires over the middle. He's got Sens. Sens on the post pattern. And he looks like he's going to have enough for a first down. Snyder gunned it over the middle, and Sens sure-handed. Definitely got both hands up on that one. Looked like the safety just overran him just a little bit. And that's a massive play on 1st and 20 to go ahead and pick up the first down and get the ball down to the 49-yard line of the Broncos. Broncos getting a little disorganized on offense here as 88 and 19 switch spots. They've got the single tight end out. Snyder out of the gun, Jagorchik in the backfield. Snyder takes a snap, handoff right side. There's Jagorchik. And he's going to get a pretty good gain on first down. Looks like he gained about 6 yards on that carry and gets it right to the 55-yard line. And they're going to try to follow the blockers as much as they can. Broncos offensive line's getting a pretty decent push there. Kodiaks are looking to get a stop and try to get the ball back, get some points before the end of the half. But you know it's going to be 3-down territory for the Broncos all night if they haven't punted yet. Snyder out of the gun. Handoff. Looks like Jagorchik's going to cut up the right, cut back up the middle. And he holds on to the ball as he gets down to the 36-yard line of the Kodiaks. He's getting a couple of cuts in the backfield. He's not even getting touched until he gets down to about the 40-yard line. Kodiaks are going to look to tighten up a little bit in the box, but I'm imagining the Broncos offense. Oh, we've got an injured Kodiak on the field as Snyder comes over to the sideline. I imagine the Broncos offense is going to look to start working in some play action and see if they can get a deep pass and try to get a touchdown here. They're going to want more points before going into half. 6:25 left to go. Broncos lead the Kodiaks 12-0. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line of the Kodiaks. Broncos offense getting organized here. Kodiaks coming out with a 4-man front. And it looks like the Broncos are missing a player on offense right now as they come out after an injury timeout. The Broncos are going to have to take a timeout to get themselves sorted. A little bit of confusion on the Broncos sidelines. It's been an exciting first half of football so far if you're a Kamloops Bronco fan, and if you're a Kodiaks fan, you're waiting for the offense to pick it up a little bit, but the defense has really tried to keep them in this game, minus a couple of big plays. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 36 for the Broncos. Looks like they're going to take out the jumbo package and bring in the wide receivers again. We'll see what the Broncos have dialed up. Looks like the two-back set with Kwang and Jagorchik, 2 receivers on either side of the line of scrimmage. Schneider takes the handoff. Kwang runs up the right-hand side, and he'll gain about 2 or 3 yards on first down before getting hammered by the Kodiaks. Gets brought down by a nice tackle. 6 minutes to go before the end of the first half. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Broncos. Two-back set again for the Broncos. Kwang and Jagorchik. Kwang goes in motion. Schneider takes the shotgun snap, handoff to Jagorchik, and he's going to get met near the line of scrimmage as the Kodiaks defense back stiffens up. Looks like a great play by the linebacker there. I missed the number, but a great job coming in and filling the hole and getting a stuff of Jagorchik. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6. Kodiaks looking to limit the damage here and get the ball back to their offense. Schneider's going to take the snap. He's looking to his right, fires. He's got a man downfield, and they're going to bring it in, and that's a touchdown for the Broncos. Looks like number 17, Colton Meikle, down the sideline, just got one-on-one coverage. Man coverage there from the Kodiaks, and he's just going to outrun his man. Snyder puts the ball up. Meikle just too strong-handed on that play for the defender. And it looks like they're going to try to kick this one if they're the Broncos are trying to get themselves organized again. Trying to get lined up for the kick. That Bronco touchdown is brought to you by Wells Gray Tours. When you're looking for something new and exciting to do, be sure to look up Wells Gray Tours. The extra point is up. And I didn't see a signal from the officials, but it looked good from here. We do have a flag on the field as we wait to get that sorted out from the officials. Officials are chatting with both team captains out there right now, primarily focused with the Kodiaks, giving them the option, which would make me assume that the penalty is on the Broncos. But we'll wait to see what the official word is. 4:57 to go in the second quarter. Broncos with their 3rd touchdown of the night, so currently the score is 18-0 as we wait to get the flag sorted out. And we've got a procedure call against the Broncos. And so we're just waiting to find out what the decision was from the Kodiaks, if they're going to make the Broncos kick again or if they're going to take it on the kickoff. Seeing as how the Broncos have struggled with extra points and 2 points, I'd be shocked if the Kodiaks didn't make them retry. And that looks like exactly what they're going to do. They're going to back the ball up and make the Broncos prove that they can do it again. But we're just waiting to see what's going on here. And the official blew it in, but the Kodiaks are not quite on the field, so we're going to have the ref blow the play dead as there's a whole lot of confusion right now. And the official's going to go chat with the head coach, and they're going to get it all sorted out. You can only do so much in football when the head coach is trying to speak through his captains, and sometimes there's a little bit of confusion. So good of the official to go over and chat with the head coach, and they'll get it sorted out. Allows the Kodiaks to get their 12 men on the field, and they're going to make the Broncos kick it again. Number 36 for the Broncos. Yeah, and it was a good call by the Kodiaks to make the Broncos try that again, as the score will remain Kodiaks 0, Broncos 18. Broncos having their struggles with the extra points tonight. One snap went over the holder's head, and then we just had a little bit of hilarity ensue there. So the Broncos will look to kick off with 4:57 to go in the first half. Broncos still trying to get themselves a little bit sorted here, as there seems to be much confusion. Extra players running on and off the field a whole lot. to be expected at the final game of the year as you're trying to work everyone into the game, and after a long season. Looks like the penalty was added to the kickoff. Broncos will be kicking off from the 40. And he'll kick it deep. 18. Looks like number 21 for the Kodiaks running down the right-hand side. He's got room to run. And he's going to get a big return down to his own 49-yard line. And number 31 for the Kodiaks, I apologize, and that's Makahaya Williams with a great return. Getting the Kodiaks offense started with 4:40 to go in the first half. They're going to start at their own 50. They've had their struggles tonight, but now's their opportunity to get back in this game before half. They will be receiving the second half kickoff, so if they can get some points, they can work it down to a one-score game. Handoff to Martin on the right-hand side, but he's going to get met in the backfield. And it looks like the Broncos are going to dare the Kodiaks to beat them through the air as they're keeping a bunch of guys up near the line of scrimmage. And he's met again in the backfield by number 44, Maxim Bosk of the Broncos. He's able to get a hand and just disrupt the timing of that play as the rest of the Bronco cavalry comes to make the stop on Martin. Cowley's going to come out of the gun. You're going to have 4 receivers at the bottom of your screen. He sends them in motion, takes a snap. Martin stays in to block. Berg chasing down Cowley. Cowley's going to run. He's going to get close to first down yardage. Looks like they're going to mark him out at the 50-yard line, which should be good for a Kodiak's first down. Berg was chasing him from behind, number 70 of the Broncos, but Cowley does a good job to escape the pressure, and with 4 receivers on the wide side of the field, lots of room for Cowley to run. He'll gain 10 yards on 2nd and 10. And the Kodiaks offense with a little bit of spark of life here to go. 3:30, clock's marching down. Martin's going to take the toss to the left-hand side. He's got some room. He's going to get hit hard by number 9, Paul Owalabe. The corner's going to come up and make a big tackle on Martin here. He had big number 64 out in front looking for someone to block, but he picked the wrong guy as Olawabe's able to come up and keep it to a small gain on the Kodiaks. Kodiaks looking at 2nd and 8 right now. They're going to have 2 receivers on the short side, 3 receivers on the wide side of the field. Martin behind Cowley, takes a shotgun snap, fires over the middle, but that ball is going to fall incomplete as it was a little bit low for the receiver to get. Pressure is starting to get there for the Broncos. Cowley throwing to wide receiver number 8 for the Kodiaks, and that'll be Caden Wagner. And it looks like the Kodiaks are going to bring the punt team with 2:41 to go in the first half of this Rivers Cup. Sends back deep. As the officials are getting set up for this 3rd down play. Cowley back to take the punt, or back to punt. High snap, looks like they're going fake all the way. He's gonna run out of room. He's looking to throw it, he'll throw it out of bounds. Yeah, they were going fake all the way. We got a late flag on the play. This will be after the whistle. Broncos read that perfectly. Snap was a little bit high, might have thrown the timing off on that play, but we'll wait to see what the officials call. The Broncos will either decline or the Kodiaks will get new life on this drive with 2:30 to go before halftime. It looked like the flag was after the play, which would typically indicate a 15-yard personal foul. That's a tough, it's always more fun when your punter is your quarterback, as he was running to his right. I don't know, personally, my own football belief would be you're not going to try to surprise these guys. The Broncos have been going for it on 3rd down all night. I think you're better off staying on the offense and having the guys who are used to going for 8 yards out there. but that's just my personal opinion. My personal opinion is going to be not worth much, as the penalty is going to be against the Broncos. And the Kodiaks, with new life, they're going to be starting on the Broncos' 33-yard line. Looks like an unnecessary roughness call against the Broncos. A little bit of confusion here as far as what's going on, but it looks like the Broncos offense is on the field. So the Broncos will have taken the unnecessary roughness penalty after the play. So they'll lose the 15 yards from where the ball was, but they will take over on offense. So sorry for the confusion there, fans. Snyder in a two-back set. Running back goes in motion, takes the handoff, hands it off to Jagorchik, who runs hard up the right-hand side. He's got two hands on the ball on this one, and he's going to gain about 12 yards on that 1st and 10. 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the first half as the Broncos look to score one more time before half. Doesn't seem to be any rush as they're coming in and out of the huddle, though. They're going to try to take as much time off the clock as possible. Two backs in again. Two receivers on either side of the offensive line there. Handoff up the right-hand side to Jagorchik, and he's just slashing up the right-hand side. And that's going to be a gain of 15 yards on 1st down. Jagorchik is just a load to bring down. It looked like they almost had a chance to get the ball out as a couple of Kodiak players grabbed onto the hand that he had carrying the ball, but Jagorchik does a good job to bring that ball back into his body, get a second hand over top of it, and the Broncos offense on 2 plays has 2 first downs. And they stay with that two-back set, motioning the running back up to the line of scrimmage, and they're going to hand it off to number 24, Aiden Kwang, up the right-hand side. He's going to gain about 8 or 9 yards on 1st down. And this Broncos offense is just going to keep running it up the right-hand side until the Kodiaks decide to stop it. And these Bronco running backs are having quite the time on 1st down, just picking up large chunks of yardage. And that's going to make life very easy when you're an offensive coordinator getting to pick whatever your next play is going to be. 2 receivers on either side of the screen. Schneider, handoff, left-hand side. Jagorchik with room to run. He's going to cut back to his right, back up the middle. Big tackle up the middle. But it's going to be a little bit delayed as the Broncos are going to get another 1st down, and they're marching the ball with 1:07 left to go. They're down on the Kodiak 22-yard line. Big tackle at the end of that play by the Kodiaks. As the Bronco announcer encouraging the fans to make some noise on offense. Interesting choice on his end. Snyder takes a shotgun snap, hands it up. And the Broncos are just going to keep running the ball on the Kodiaks. Aiden Kwang up the middle, another 8 or 9 yards on 1st down. Boy, this Kodiaks defense is going to have to find a way to limit the run to fewer yards on 1st down. That's going to be key number 1 at halftime for the defensive coordinator and the head coach to figure out what they can do so that the offense of the Broncos can't just bring out whatever they want in the playbook. Schneider. Play action, rolling to his right, looking for a man. Big tackle there. Almost made the play. The ball's going to fall harmlessly to the ground. Boy, that was a play action pass on 2nd and short. And he had a man open for a minute, but a great play by number 36 of the Kodiaks. That was Colton Cannon. Great play to break that pass up, and there's 17 seconds left. And the Broncos are going to keep the offense out on 3rd and 1. The way they've been running the ball, I'll be surprised. 25 seconds left to go in this first half. Two-back set. Snyder's going to hand the ball off to Jagorchik. He's going to get met up the middle. It's going to be close, but it looks... it's hard for me to tell from my angle, but it looks like he's going to be very close to the line to gain. And with 20 seconds to go, the Broncos are on the 11-yard line, and they're going to say it's a first down for the Broncos, so they'll have 3 plays to try to get, well, they can get a first down, but maybe not with the amount of time on the clock, as the clock's ticking with 15 seconds. Snyder, 2 backs. He's going to take the snap. He's going to, a little bit of pressure, fires over the middle, tries to get it to Meikle. But we're going to get a late flag on the play as it appears to be roughing the passer on the Kodiaks. 9 seconds to go in the first half. The Broncos are knocking on the end zone again. Meikle was open, but Schneider unable to make the play. Kodiak's bringing some pressure, but he's going to get roughing the passer against number 57. Nope, that's not the number. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen back home. I seem to be missing some of these numbers. The yellow numbers are very hard for me to read. No excuses. I'll do my best to be better in the second half, but the ball's going to go down to the 1-yard line. The Broncos will have time to run a couple of plays. I would look for them to pass on first down here, and then they have the option to run on second down, depending on the clock. They're going to have they're going to stay in that 2-back set, so 2 receivers at the bottom, 2 at the top. Schneider's going to go under center, and he's going to try for that quarterback sneak. And they're going to stop the clock with 4 seconds as they're going to try to see where the quarterback is. Broncos are throwing their hands up like they think it's a touchdown. Broncos are going to call a timeout as it appears he was marked short. And the ball's going to stay on the 1-yard line. Broncos unable to get a push on that play. And they're going to have 4 seconds left on the clock on the 1-yard line to try to get their 4th offensive touchdown of the first half. Kodiak defense coming up absolutely massive on that play, and they're going to look to hold them one more time to try to go into halftime just down 3 scores. The officials are huddled around the ball having a quick conference, but the Broncos will break the huddle, and we'll be looking at some live action here. Looks like a very traditional I formation for the Broncos. Jagorchik is the tailback. Snyder under center. Handoff up the middle, and Jagorchik's going to fall in on the right-hand side for a touchdown. As time expires in the first half, the Broncos with by far their best offensive half of the year. 4 touchdowns. They've been moving the ball up and down the field, and the only thing that's been stopping them is turnover on downs, as they have decided that the punter could stay home. They are going to bring out the kicking unit, which, no, they're not. They're going to keep the offense out on the field. It looks like they're going to go a jumbo package out there. They've had some fun in the kicking game, but it looks like they're going to try to take the fun away from us here with no time to go in the first half. Snyder out of the gun. Couple of extra offensive linemen on the left-hand side, and they're going to hand the ball off. Jagorchik's just going to go in absolutely untouched up the left-hand side. Broncos bringing out a jumbo package, and it appears to be wide open, showing it for the second half. That touchdown is brought to you by Wells Gray Tours. Please consider Wells Gray Tours when you're considering your next vacation. That's going to take us to halftime, folks, with the score: the Kodiaks 0, the Broncos 26. The Broncos will be kicking off in the second half. I'm James Bicknell, and we will be back shortly with the second half kickoff.
You are in need of some refreshments. Please share the visit the beer garden on the right side of the stands. Today's halftime is brought to you by Alternative Belting Enterprise. They specialize in conveyor manufacturing, heavy-duty belting, belting installation, and belting repairs. Alternative Belting takes pride in getting the job done on time and on budget. They are pursuing of excellence while committed to project completion, as they illustrate in a variety of services. They offer turnkey business solutions to your bulk material handling needs. The concession stand will close at the start of the third quarter. Make sure you visit the concession stand for food, refreshments, and pizza, and Broncos merchandise. Broncos fans, please make some noise and welcome to the field a very special guest for today's halftime performance, Breeze Athletics, Arctic Chill.
performance of the year. If there's any young athletes in the crowd that wants to try, please come down to the field and we'll be happy to put you in the air. You can try flying. I know Izzy, I got one over there. Come on out, girl. There's some stairs over here, I think. Anybody else want to come try? Any young athletes in the crowd? There's Izzy, she's coming. We've got a couple more minutes now. Don't be shy. Come on down. Yes, Izzy. Izzy flies in their competitive program as well, so she's no stranger to the air. Awesome.
I'm on my feet.
Facing up to the left, guys, this team has big dreams and big plans this year, and this is our first performance, so you saw it here first. Thank you, thank you. We'll see you soon.
Let's give a big round of applause to Freeze Athletic Arctic Chill. Thanks, Freeze. The Kamloops Broncos would like to thank the following businesses for sponsoring Broncos players this season: Daily Glendinney, R&T, True Valley Fencing, Alternative Belting Enterprises, Kamloops Concrete, Elliott Mumford Contracting, Sheep Island Store and Cumberland House, Northern Village of CH Rec General, Fox and Hounds, Sandbar Grill, Aspire, Chiropractic, and Wellness Studio. Thank you all for supporting the Broncos players this season. The photography for today's game is brought to you by Riley Shoots Photography. See Riley's work at rileyshoots.photography.ca.
Yeah, I don't know. Just certain things of the job, like thinking of what I like doing and stuff, and it's like, and it's just like, I never had a job where it's so cut and dry, where it's like, I like this part, and then I hate this part, and then I hate this part.
No, I'm actually kind of surprised even though PG's
But just,
During today's game, both teams are going to be competing for the Two Rivers Cup. Today's the inaugural game, the Two Rivers Cup, sponsored by Prestige Hotel and Resort. The winner of this game will obviously win the Two Rivers Cup. Next season, Prince George will host this game. We'll see who wins.
And welcome back, football fans, to second half action here at Hillside Stadium between the Prince George Kodiaks and the Kamloops Broncos. The score at halftime is the Kodiaks 0 and the Broncos 26. Some stats from the first half. It was a tough first half offensively for the Kodiaks as they're 0 for 6 on passing. And the Broncos offense with an absolute explosion coming into the last game of the year for them. Cameron Jagorczyk with 23 carries in that first half for 175 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Kodiaks defense will look to slow him down in this second half. Schneider, quarterback for the Broncos, 10 of 18 passing, 130 yards with 2 touchdowns. Both touchdowns were caught by Colton Meikle, who's got 3 catches for 45 yards with the 2 touchdowns. The top receiving target for yards for the Broncos is number 1, Caleb Sens. He's got 3 catches for 50 yards. And the backup running back, number 24, Quang, has 5 carries for 42 yards. So you know the Broncos' offensive line is having itself a night when the backup running back is averaging 8 yards a carry. So if you're the Broncos, you look to keep pounding the ball up the middle, getting those first down carries for 8, 9, 10 yards, and some more play action for Schneider to go around and throw the ball around. If you're the Kodiaks, you've got to make sure that your priority in this second half is stop the run. Try to force the Broncos to throw the ball a little bit more, make them more one-dimensional, and on offense, boy, you've got to start completing some passes. The receivers have let Cowley down on a couple, but Cowley's missed the mark on a few. You just look to see some halftime adjustments as they're going to receive the ball on this second half kickoff. Look to see some adjustments at halftime to really tighten things up for the Kodiaks. Omarion Martin is their leading rusher. They'll look to get him going as the Broncos kickoff team takes the field here. Now, last week I was the color guy as John Keane was doing the play-by-play, and I made a prediction that the coach would look to do the onside kick to start the second half, and Vankenet made me look good. I won't make that prediction this week as they're up 26-0, and last week they were losing at halftime, but we'll see what happens here. And he does go for the onside, and it is loose. Kodiak player there to touch it first. The ball's right on the 55-yard line. We've got a flag on the far side of the field. It looked to me like the Kodiak player wasn't able to fall on it right away, and it looked like it's Broncos' ball, but we'll see what the flag is. It looks to be on the area of offside by the Broncos. We'll wait to see what the officials call, but the ball was right at the 55-yard line. It was touched by a Kodiak player first, so it is live. It is offside by the Broncos. Always an exciting way to start off a half. We've got offside against the Broncos, so we'll wait to see what happens here. It looks like the Kodiaks will get the ball and start at the 55-yard line. And they're going to start off with 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen. Martin in the backfield behind the quarterback. I believe it's still Cowley in there at quarterback. Correction, we've got number 2, Sam Sabine in at quarterback for the Kodiaks. And we'll see if a change of quarterback will help get some points on the board for the Kodiaks. He takes a shotgun snap, play action, fires over the middle, and that's the first completed pass for the Kodiaks. Sabine comes in slinging to number 5, Tamin Pidok, and that'll be a gain of about 15 yards. Correction, 19 yards on first down. They're going to have the ball on the Broncos' 31-yard line. New quarterback, new half. Who's this? Kodiaks come out in the gun. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Sabine sends them in motion. Looks to his right. Fires for a wide receiver screen. That ball is backwards. And a great play made by number 15, Jack Belfontaine. And he's going to bring the Kodiaks back about 10 yards on that play. It's going to be 2nd and 18. As the Kodiaks come out and complete 2 passes right away. One's going to go for about 20 yards, and the second one's going to go for about -7. But you imagine being down 4 scores in the Rivers Cup that there's not going to be a lot of punting this half. Sabine, shotgun snap, looks over the middle, fires in and out of the hands of his target. Number 1 for the Kodiaks, Braden Van Sommeren. And that's a tough play, just trying to get some yards there to try to make it an easier 3rd down. And it looks like they're going to send out the punting unit. Number 11, Cowley, is out there. He started the first half. You might see some trickery from the Kodiaks, as they did have 1 fake punt to start the game. And we've got a timeout by the Kodiaks. That's not how you want to come out and start the second half, by using your timeout a minute and a half into the second half. But they're going to come up with their best play for 3rd and 15. They may try to pin the Broncos in deep, or they may go for the fake and see if the Kodiak defense is up to the challenge. But offensively, they changed quarterbacks to number 2, Sam Sabine, and he came out slinging, completing that first pass and the second pass. But unfortunately, the second one was a wide receiver screen that was read well by number 15 of the Broncos, Jack Belfontaine, putting them into this 3rd and long situation. And it looks like the defense is on the field for the Broncos, and Cowley, the quarterback who started the game, is in at wide receiver at the top of your screen. Sabine's going to take the shotgun snap. Cowley's a tall guy and running down. He is. And it's going to work as a punt. Interception for the Broncos. Number 32, Keegan Curtis, is back there. Cowley's a tremendous athlete who got running deep on that play, but Keegan Curtis in the perfect spot. Now, if you're the Kodiaks, you're not as worried about that. You took a chance. Cowley was open. The throw was just a little bit deep, and you're working on pinning the Broncos deep into their own end. So it's going to work out better than a punt. As I've debated about this with lots of people before, it's better for Keegan Curtis to knock that ball down. But, you know, it doesn't look as good stat-wise. So Keegan Curtis gets the stat, and the Broncos will take over on their own 4-yard line. Quang in the backfield to start. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Handoff up the right-hand side. Quang gets met near the line of scrimmage. Looks like he gained maybe 2 or 3 yards on that carry. But the defense coming up to stop the run early for the Kodiaks. We'll see what the Broncos choose to do. They have not punted all night, but it would be a very interesting call from the gambling head coach Vankanet to see if he wants to gamble on 3rd down, but we'll see if the offense tries to avoid that. Snyder out of the gun. He's going to take the ball, handoff right side. Quang again. He's not getting very far on that carry, as the Kodiaks defense appears to have stepped up, gotten those halftime adjustments in. Snyder running to the sidelines, looking to punt. And they're getting the call in a little bit late, but they're trying to make the call. The Broncos are changing personnel. Looks like they're going to elect a punt. They may just be giving up the single here, or 2 points, I should say. Play's just been blown in. A lot of confusion on the Bronco side as they're trying to get the correct number of players out. And a very interesting formation as they're running players on and off the field. I haven't seen anything like this before. He's going to take the snap, and he's going to punt it. Boy, they're going to put a lot of faith in their defense to stop them, as the Kodiaks are going to start with great field position around the 26-yard line of the Broncos. Very interesting formation from the Broncos there, as they had some eligible players at the bottom of the screen, but they looked to the north side, punted over there, and the Kodiaks are going to take over. Strange play call from the head coach to not give up the points, but I guess he's trying to preserve the shutout that he has right now. Go ahead and give the play-by-play guy a jinx credit should anything change. Broncos defense sets up in their 3-4. Shotgun snap, handoff to Martin on the left-hand side. He's got room to run. He cuts back inside. He's going to get down to the 7-yard line of the Broncos. Big run on first down for Martin, the leading carrier for the Kodiaks. And the Kodiaks come out with some life in this second half. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Boy, a little quarterback change for the Kodiaks, and there you go, some life, some excitement. Sabine out of the gun. Handoff, Martin up the middle. He's got room on the left-hand side, met by a host of Broncos, but he's down at the 2-yard line, if not the 1. It is awfully close. That's going to bring up 2nd and goal. And look for the Kodiaks to bring in the jumbo package here as they're going to try to stuff this ball on the 1-yard line and get it in. Score right now with 10:15 to go in the third quarter is the Broncos 26, Kodiaks 0, but the Kodiaks are looking to change that right away. Quarterback's going to go up under center. Sends the receivers in motion. Martin up the middle, jumps over the top, and that'll be a touchdown for the Kodiaks. Interesting series of plays that led to that touchdown. A great run on first down by Martin, and he's going to get all the credit on this offensive series as they bring the ball down in, get their first points of the night with 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Now, we've had a lot of fun on special teams tonight, so we'll see what happens with the point after attempt. The snap is clean, the kick is up, and it is good. Your score with 10 minutes to go in the third quarter, the Kodiaks 7, the Broncos 26. Interesting set of calls from the head coach. He does like, from the head coach of the Broncos, I should say, he does like to gamble. But to punt from your own end zone and only get the ball out to around the 25-yard line, that was putting a lot of trust in his defense, who performed well in the first half, but a task too tall for them to start this third quarter, start this second half. And the Kodiaks have fresh life. Down 19 points, still down 3 touchdowns. But you look to see the Broncos respond here as the Kodiaks will look to kick off. The Broncos started this second half with an onside kick attempt, but they were offside, so the ball went to the Kodiaks at the 55. And Sabine's come into the game and given them some new life. Looks like there was a penalty on that PAT attempt against the Broncos, and the kickoff is going to start at the 55-yard line. So the Kodiaks will look to kick deep against the Broncos and get them in their own territory, who offensively, to start this half, did not look great, and the kickoff is actually going to come from the Broncos' own 50-yard line. So it appears it was a 15-yard personal foul after the play against the Broncos. Sens and Bellefontaine are deep to return. And the coach is sending the returners deep to return whatever comes their way. And the kick is in the corner, but it goes out of bounds. Tough play call, tough kick there for the kicker. They're just trying to pin the Broncos deep into their own end, but gets a little bit carried away. That'll be an illegal kickoff against the Kodiaks, giving the Broncos a little bit more breathing room with their second offensive possession. They started off with 2 carries to Quang on that first possession. We'll look to see where the Broncos are going to start with their field position here, but they should have decent field position as the ball was kicked out of bounds. Schneider walking back to the huddle. The officials are getting themselves all sorted out. And so the ball's going to start at the 25-yard line. And that'll be a bit of a bright spot for the Broncos as the second half has not started off their way. They've got Jagorchik lined up behind Schneider. They do have a tight, double tight end formation right now. Play gets blown in. Schneider's counting to make sure they've got 12. Out of the gun. Handoff to Jagorchik, who had a monster first half. Goes lightly into contact there. The Kodiaks are going to stop him just shy. It's going to be a gain of 9 yards on first down. Jagorchik is having a career night tonight. Again, first half stats, not including that carry for Jagorchik. He had 23 carries for 175 yards and 2 touchdowns. It was very surprising to see him not start this half. Handoff again to Jagorchik, up the right-hand side, looking for a little bit of breathing room. Keeps driving his legs. He's going to be close to the line to gain. And it looks like he's being marked for a Bronco first down. Jagorchik does a good job on first contact there to keep driving his legs and keep going forward. And the Broncos are going to stay out in that power package with 2 tight ends. And they're going to dare the Kodiaks to stop them. Schneider out of the gun. A little bit of a broken play. Looks to throw it. And just looking to get out of that play unscathed. He'll throw the ball out of bounds. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Looked like a little bit of confusion between him and Jagorchik in the backfield. He did a good job to bootleg away from that play and just throw the ball and live to see another day. Kodiak defense doing a good job of making sure that Meikle was covered there. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line. Broncos are going to spread it out here with 5 receivers and Jagorchik in the backfield, lined up directly behind Schneider. Kodiaks bring a blitz. Schneider fires. Had a guy open for a minute, but the safety came over and said that we'll have none of that here. Looked like Dufort got a couple of hands on it, but unable to bring it down. It'll be 3rd and 10, and it looks like they're going to bring the punting unit on. Schneider with a good throw there, but may have been leading his receiver into a little bit of pain. Free safety came over and made a pretty good play to make sure that that pass falls incomplete. Broncos again with that interesting punt formation. They've got 4 guys lined up to the punter's left who are onside, and it's going to be a bit of a pooch punt. This is a live ball for those 4 guys, but the Kodiak returner does a good job picking it up. Number 10 for the Kodiaks. He's got room around the outside. He's going around to the left, running down the sideline, and he's going to get back to the Broncos line of scrimmage. He's going to get the ball down to the Broncos 30. Big return there. Great job by number 10, Andrew Brown, to get that ball deep into Bronco territory, and the Kodiaks have something cooking this second half to get started. 8 minutes to go, score Kodiak 7, Broncos 26. Brown just brought the Kodiaks to the 34-yard line. Again, if you're going to go with that pooch punt and you're the Broncos, you need that ball to get way more to the left for those onside guys so that they have a chance to get that ball. 2-back set for the Kodiaks. We got a flag on the play. Martin up the middle. Big carry for Martin. The Kodiaks have decided to come out and pound the rock, but we got a flag on that first down carry. We'll see if it'll stand. He got about 10 yards there. We'll wait to see what the call is here. Martin with a big carry on first down. That'll be a big key for the Kodiaks if they want to get back into this game. And they've been doing a good job so far. If you were the Kodiaks looking to write a script to get back into it, you get an early score and you start establishing the run with Martin, who's been their leading rusher all year. And that would be the way that you would draw it up. We appear to have some confusion with the officials as we're looking to get the call to see if the first down carry will stand. We've got offside against the Broncos, and they're going to decline the penalty, and that'll be a first down for the Kodiaks. Oh, I apologize. They're going to decline the offside against the Broncos, but they are going to call a horse collar tackle against the Broncos, and that's going to move the ball to the 9-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Kodiaks. Kodiaks have come out with a new quarterback and a new offensive identity. They want to run the ball against these Broncos, and they're having some success. Martin's the deep back in the 2-back set. Play gets blown in. There's the snap, handoff up the middle to Martin. Martin with a little bit of room in it. He's going to score. Touchdown, Kodiaks. And just like that, we got ourselves a ball game. Kodiaks with the touchdown. That's going to have the score currently Broncos 26, Kodiaks 13. But don't go home now, folks. You want to keep the TV tuned into this one as we have ourselves a ball game with 7:30 to go in this third quarter. And it looks like they're going to go for the extra point, not go for two. No point in going for two as it stands right now. Extra point will make it a 12-point game. And that kick is up and through. So the score with 7:30 to go, Kodiaks 14, Broncos 26. Boy, the way the Broncos have come out in this half, they've had some interesting coaching decisions, but they've shot themselves in the foot so far. The defense unable to get a stop on Martin, who is just running ruckshot through them right now. Broncos will look to get the ball back on offense and see if they can get ignited the way that they were going in that first half. Whatever the coach said to the Kodiaks at halftime seems to have worked. The defense has come out and been stout. And the offense has decided that they are going to run the ball with Martin, and they will not be stopped. Two players back deep for the Broncos, Sens and Bellefontaine, as the Kodiaks look to kick off deep here. Kick down the left-hand side. Bellefontaine's going to pick it up. He's going to start running towards the middle of the field. Cuts up. Makes a couple of guys miss, and he's going to go down around the 31-yard line. Good return from Bellefontaine. As it looks like the Kodiaks are going to do what they can to keep it away from Sens. We've got a Kodiak player down. We'll have an injury timeout. Broncos offense has had a bit of a tough start to the second half after an electric first half. They were able to march the ball down the field as much as they wanted. Did not punt in that first half. And they've started the second half with 2 punts in a very different formation, lining up to try and have as many guys onside to get the ball back as possible. But it has led to a couple of short fields for the Kodiaks, who have taken full advantage of it and managed to put up 14 points. Look for the Broncos to start getting the ball back to Cam Jagorchik, who's having a monster night tonight. He's going to be getting near 200 yards here with a couple of touchdowns. Schneider's been efficient tonight as the pivot man for the Broncos. First half stats for him were 10 of 18 for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. And the Kodiak player appears to be all right as he's walking off the field. And we'll get the game started here. Schneider in the backfield. Looks like we're going to have a 2 running back set. Handoff up the left-hand side. Jagorchik unable to break that arm tackle. Gets down. Looks like he's going to have gained around 5 yards on first down. The Broncos will not abandon the run right now. Another big gain on first down for the Broncos. Kodiaks do a good job of stringing Jagorchik out there, limiting the gain. But averaging, well, more than 5 yards a carry. I'd be shocked to see the Broncos go away from it here. 2nd and 6. Handoff. Jagorchik cuts up the middle. He's got some room, and he's going to pick up the first down for the Broncos. Jagorchik gets to the 45-yard line. Boy, I don't see any oxygen on the sideline for the Broncos. Jagorchik's going to need some the way that he's running tonight. He is everywhere. 2-back set for the Broncos. Schneider out of the gun. Handoff up the middle to number 34 of the Broncos. That's Jacob Sirianni, and that's not going to go very far. It's going to be 2nd and 10. He gets back to the line of scrimmage where he is met by a couple of Kodiaks. Looked like they tried to catch the defense napping by sending Jagorchik out for a pass pattern there to give a carry for Sirianni, but it does not get fooled. Schneider out of the gun. Receivers go in motion. Drops back to pass. Fires left side. Almost picked off by number 27 of the Kodiaks, Nicholas Tremblay. We'll see what the Broncos choose to do here. They've had an interesting night on special teams. They have not been able to get a clean kick attempt for any extra points. They've had 2 punts that have led to not a lot of change of field possession. It's 3rd and 9 on their own 41-yard line. They're going to line up in that formation again with a bunch of guys onside to the short side. It'll be the bottom of your screen as you're watching. Punts up, and it's a good one. It's spiraling over the return man, and it gets a Bronco bounce. It is back, and that ball is bobbled, and they're going to get a no yards call, but he manages to escape the one Bronco tackle. Gets a good return out of it. The Broncos had him pinned deep. He almost bobbled it on the return there, but the Broncos unable to make the tackle, and he's going to get about a 20-25-yard return there, giving the Kodiaks some breathing room. He did a good job to get back as the Broncos punter just sent one there. Got a good spiral on it, and it was over his head, and he was unable to field it cleanly. Broncos got a little excited on the return, and they'll take a no yards penalty, so the ball's going to end up at the 48-yard line of the Kodiaks, where their red-hot offense is going to take over with 4:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. Sabine has come in and given the Kodiaks new life. Handoff left side to Martin. Martin's got room to run. He's going to gain about 7 on 1st down. Martin with a renewed vigor coming out here. And this Kodiaks offense is looking quite sharp as they are running the ball all over the Broncos. They are not out of it right now, folks. They are moving the ball. And they're going to stay in this 2-back set that has been treating them well this 2nd half. The Broncos line up with their 3-down linemen. Handoff up the middle to Martin. Martin's going to get a 1st down, carry for about 5 yards there. And they are now on the Broncos side of the 50 as they're on the 49-yard line. And if you're the Kodiaks, you're now daring the Broncos to stop the run. What a reverse in fortunes this has been in this 2nd half. Broncos defense should be feeling the pressure to get a stop here, but the Kodiaks offense is loving every minute of the run. Sabine, toss play to Martin. We got a late flag on the play. Martin's going to run for 9 yards on that carry, but a flag on the play. We'll see what the call is. It looked to be thrown in the area of holding or a block in the back potentially, but we'll see what the official says here. Kodiak's offense is marching back, and the Broncos are pointing back, so I'm guessing it's against the Broncos, or against the Kodiaks, sorry. Got a blindside block against the Kodiaks, and that's going to march the ball back to their own side of half. Oh boy, it's a 15-yard penalty. So it's going to be 1st and 25 for the Kodiaks, who've had a lot of offensive success this 2nd half. But they've got a long way to go to pick up this 1st down. We'll see what they're able to do. Cowley, the starting quarterback, is the receiver at the bottom of your screen. Shotgun snap. Sabine looks to throw, looks Cowley's way. Safety's deep, and he had no chance to make a play on that one. Cowley, a big rangy athlete, running down the sidelines, but the Broncos will have none of that. It's going to be 2nd and 25. 3 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter. Sabine in at quarterback. has sparked the Kodiaks. Martin at tailback has really brought them back into this game, but they're looking at a long way to go to pick up a first down here. Broncos sideline encouraging the home fans to make some noise. They're going to stay in a two-back set. Cowley at the bottom of your screen, one-on-one. Broncos drop back after showing blitz. And a great play by Keegan Curtis to knock that pass down. Looked like the receiver was open for a minute, but Keegan Curtis comes flying across the middle to make a big play and not allow a first down there. It's going to force the Kodiaks to punt. Caleb Sens is going to be back deep to return for the Broncos. Number 11, Cowley for the Kodiaks, back to punt. It's 3rd and 25. Can't imagine we'll see any trickery or any fun here as he handles the snap cleanly. Gets a pretty good punt off, and that's going to go out of bounds around the 37-yard line. And the Broncos offense will take over. They haven't had much success this third quarter. We'll see what they come out and do. Second half has been played a lot tighter, and a very great job by the Kodiaks defense to come alive and try to keep this game close. We'll see what the Broncos offense has. Jagorchik having an absolute monster night, lines up behind Schneider. And they're going to go back to that one tight end, one running back set. Schneider, handoff. Jagorchik up the middle. And he drives those legs forward. Looks like he's going to gain about 6 on first down. Jagorchik is having an absolutely incredible game right now for the Broncos. Gain of about 6 or 7 on that first down play will bring up 2nd and 4. And they're going to hand it off to him again, and he's got room up the left-hand side. And he's got the first down. That's a carry for 10 yards on the play for Jagorchik. This Broncos rushing attack has been almost unstoppable tonight. They've got that 2 tight end formation at the bottom of the screen. And they're going to hand it off to him again. But this time he's met at the line of scrimmage and brought back. Kodiaks do a good job on that play to stop him at the line of scrimmage. And that handoff up the middle, I believe that was to Grigorchik, just met absolutely by the defensive tackle there who just stopped him in the hole. It's going to be 2nd and 9 at the 55-yard line. We'll see what the Broncos offense does here. I imagine that they're not going to punt on 3rd down, as when they got near midfield in the first half, they were not punting. Play action, fires over the middle. He's got Meikle. Meikle's got room to run. He's going down the right-hand side. Will he be caught from behind? No! Meikle with a touchdown, Broncos. Absolutely massive play on 2nd and 9 there. Get the ball into your best playmaker's hand on offense as far as the wide receivers are concerned. Meikle's 3rd touchdown of the game. That catch should get him close, if not over, the 100-yard mark. And the Broncos respond with a much-needed response if you're the Broncos in that 3rd quarter, as they gave up 2 touchdowns. Meikle on that reception gets to exactly 100 yards. 20 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Broncos offense, after all the fun that they've been having on special teams, they're going to keep the special teams off for this 2-point convert. Schneider looking to his right, fires to the corner, and the receiver's open. And he's going to catch it for the 2-point convert. What a throw by Schneider, just throwing it to the corner on that flat route. Throwing it as far as he can, giving his receiver a chance to go get it. Number 88, Nick Welcher, with a great catch there. with 20 seconds to go in the third quarter, the score, the Broncos 34, Kodiaks 14. Broncos with a much-needed response there on offense. And it's done by their main playmakers on offense. Grigorchik on the ground, Meikle through the air. Big catch there, great throw by Schneider over the middle. And the Broncos offense does the job to try to limit the damage in this third quarter as the Kodiaks had some signs of life, and we'll see if the Kodiaks are able to respond here. We've had lots of special teams fun tonight, so we'll look to see if the Broncos will kick deep or if they'll go for another onside, as their first kickoff attempt of the second half was an onside that, you know, they were close to recovering. They were just offside, so the ball went to the Kodiaks. But we'll see what Vanke has up his sleeves. Play gets blown in. Broncos line up. And they will kick it deep. A squib kick goes to the return man of the Kodiaks. He's going to run up the middle and start working his way around the outside. He's got some running room, and he's going to give the Kodiaks great field position as they appear to be knocked out of bounds at their own 49-yard line. Big return by number 31, Makahaya Williams. Great return there for the Kodiaks, giving them good field position at the 49-yard line. 11 seconds to go in this third quarter. And they're down 20 points. We'll see what they choose to do, but they've been having great success on the ground, so I'll be shocked if it doesn't go to Martin here. And it's a handoff up the middle to Martin, who's got a... Oh, he is one broken tackle away from taking that one to the house. That'll be a gain of about 11 yards on first down. And a Bronco made a great shoelace-saving tackle. Boy, Martin looks strong with the ball in his hands, running up there. That's quite the battle between him and Grigorchik right now. But that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. The score, the Kodiaks 14, the Broncos 34. And we've got ourselves an exciting one going into the final 15 minutes here. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Kodiaks from the Broncos' 50-yard line. The Kodiaks are going to have to find something through the air if they want to start scoring a little bit quicker. But the most success they've had on offense is getting the ball to Martin. And Martin's going to line up behind Sabine. Two-back set for the Kodiaks. Handoff up the middle to Martin. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to gain 6 or 7 on first down. And if you're the Kodiaks, you'll have to stick with that for now. That's giving you all the offensive success and looks to lead to eventually a big play action shot, but you're getting 7 or 8 yards from Martin on first down. It's an offensive play caller's dream, as it's going to open everything else up in the offense. And they're going to stick in that two-back set that they've had so much success with this second half. Out of the gun. Handoff up the middle to Martin. He's getting strung out around the right-hand side, but he's going to drive those legs, and he's going to get first down yardage. He's going to get to the 40-yard line and pick up a first down for the Kodiaks. Well, Marion Martin is having himself a second half to be remembered. The Kodiaks will not go away quietly. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Kodiaks from the 40-yard line. And they're going to stick in that two-back set, daring the Broncos to stop them. Sabine hands off to Martin up the right-hand side, and he's going to get another 9 yards on first down. Big carry for the Kodiaks. Looked like the ball may have come out at the end of that run, but they're going to say he was down by contact. So he's down at the 32. Big run on first down again for the Kodiaks. So it's going to be 2nd and 2. Sabine and Schneider in the back, or Martin in the backfield. Handoff. Broncos get contact behind the line of scrimmage, and looks like Martin got back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2. And you got to imagine with 12:30 to go in the 4th quarter, the Kodiaks are going to be going for it here. And we got a Kodiak player down on the field. So we'll have an injury timeout. Kodiaks are having a ton of success on the ground, but the Broncos defense comes up big there to limit the gain to basically none. Back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 2. Playbook appears to be wide open. Looks like we've got the center down for the Kodiaks, as we've got quarterback and center practicing the exchange on the far side of the field. Hopefully he's all right. Boy, the Kodiaks have come out and really established the run this half. It'll be interesting to see what they choose to do on 3rd down and 2 here. You imagine if they go any kind of play action that it should be fairly open, but Martin has definitely been their best offensive weapon. They changed quarterbacks after the first half. Cowley had a bit of a tough first half, but he's still in the game, getting out there at wide receiver. He's just too good of an athlete to keep on the sidelines. They put in Sabine, who came out and hit a big pass early, but really it's been the legs of Martin who have brought them back into this game. So it should be 3rd and 2. The yard marker is still showing 2nd down, but we're going to wait for the injured player to get off the field. And there it is, flipped over to 3rd down. 3rd and 2. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and that's going to be a massive gain for the Kodiaks. Big 1st down pickup there. And we've got an injured Bronco down on the field. They brought a couple of O-linemen in motion and handed it off to number 18, Xander Shane. And that is a monster 1st down for the Kodiaks with 12:08 to go in this 4th quarter. They'll have 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line, and they're having tremendous success on the ground. They're going to look to just keep pounding the rock against the Broncos, daring them to stop it. Broncos had a big stop on 2nd down, unable to repeat that success on 3rd down. Kodiak sniffing the red zone. And it's Maxim Bosk for the Broncos, who gets up and walks off the field under his own power. Looks like appears to be all right. Don't want to speculate, but he's coming off the field all right. And the Kodiaks are going to go 1st and 10 from the 26. They'll go back to that familiar 2-back set that they've been having so much success with this 2nd half. Three receivers at the bottom of your screen. Broncos defense will be looking to stop the run. We'll see if the Kodiaks want to try to surprise them with a play action pass here. We're just getting the clock reset here to 12 minutes and 11 seconds to go with game time, which is good for the Kodiaks. They'll want as much time on the clock as possible. Sabine's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off to Martin, who's got some running room on the right-hand side. He cuts up on the sideline. Big hit out of bounds. And we've got some flags that are going to come out at the end of this play, but not before he picks up a 1st down. Broncos lose contain on that one, and they're going to call Abe Fimbo for a late hit out of bounds. That's That's a tough penalty to call there, but the official saw it differently than I did, and great run by Martin up the right-hand side. Either way, it was going to be a first down. Roughing against the Broncos. And it looks like we've got another flag coming in after getting a first down. Broncos defense is just a little bit undisciplined right now, and they're going to give up some more free yards for the Kodiaks. Objectionable conduct called against the Broncos. So the Broncos doing as much as anyone to try to help keep the Kodiaks in this game in the inaugural Rivers Cup. And that ball is going to be placed on the 1-yard line. And they line up in that short yardage formation that they ran just a couple of plays ago. Look to hand the ball off up the middle with a couple of big boys coming in motion on the right-hand side there. There's the handoff, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Kodiaks. Broncos defense is undisciplined and unable to stop the run, and the Kodiaks make the score 20-34 in favor of the Broncos with 11:50 to go. And we'll see what the Kodiaks choose to do here. They're down 2 touchdowns right now. They should just be kicking the extra point. And we're going to have quite the finish coming up down the middle here. That kick is through with the score. Kodiaks 21, Broncos 34, with 11:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Kodiak's offense has just come out and run the ball with authority this second half. Broncos offense has managed to get one score to try to keep pace, but the Kodiak's offense running roughshod through the Broncos defense right now. Whatever the coach said at halftime for the Kodiaks seems to have lit them on fire and gotten them going here. We'll see if the Broncos offense is able to respond, as we're now in a classic CFL track meet. Broncos defense is also going to have to tighten up its discipline if they don't want to be giving up free yards unnecessarily. Kicker for the Kodiaks lines up on the right hash. Little confusion as to who's on the field and who's off the field. Kodiaks get themselves lined up now. Kicker with a good boot deep, but it's going to go out of bounds. That's his second kick this half that goes out of bounds, and that's going to give the Broncos good field position to start. They're doing whatever they can to keep it away from Caleb Sens, but in doing so, they're giving free yards to the Broncos. Bellefontaine with a smart play there to let that ball go out of bounds. And we'll see what the Broncos offense wants to do here, as they're going to be starting from the 40-yard line. With the amount of success Grigorchik has had, I imagine that they'll be looking to hand the ball off here, as this game is very much in doubt with 11:40 to go in the fourth quarter. 2-back set for the Broncos. Schneider out of the gun. He'll take the snap and hand it to Grigorchik on the right-hand side. He's looking for a little bit of running room, but he's met at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of one or two. And that's going to bring up second and long. The Broncos haven't been here a whole lot tonight. We'll see what they dial up on 2nd and 9. Great job by the Kodiaks defense there to try to limit this Bronco offense and get their red-hot offense back on the field. 2-back set again for the Broncos. Kwang and Grigorchik in the backfield. Schneider looking to his left, fires, has a man over the middle. And that ball is going to be caught, and the Broncos are going to get a huge first down, as their offense needs to stay on the field and give that defense some time to collect itself and get ready to try to stop the Kodiaks again. Big play by the Broncos. Nick Welcher on the reception. And that's going to put the ball on the 52-yard line of the Kodiaks for the Broncos. Both teams tonight staying in this two-back set, a little bit different from the Kodiaks to the Broncos. Grigorchik goes up to the line, goes in motion. Hand off to Kwang up the middle. Good hard running, but he's going to gain about 2 yards on first down, bringing up 2nd and 8. Really lowered his shoulder into that one, but the Kodiaks do a good job of not letting him get any yards after contact there. Looks like they were just trying to get Grigorchik a little bit of a breather, a little bit off tempo there, see if the defense is paying attention to Kwang, who also had a pretty good first half. Two-back set again for the Broncos. Schneider takes a snap, looks to the left side, he's got a man open. Meekel's gonna pick up the first down. He's gonna catch it and go down just beyond the line to gain, and that'll be a first down for the Broncos. Clark Schneider coming out and just leading an absolutely brilliant drive for the Broncos right now with 9:10 to go in the fourth quarter. Broncos are up 13 points, looking to add to that lead. They're on the Kodiaks 41 in that two-back set again. Receivers go in motion. Snyder takes a snap. He's got Meekel open deep. Meekel able to get a hand on it, but just out of the reach. He had him open on that corner route. He had time, stepped into it. Pretty good throw, just unable to complete that. Meekel getting behind the defense and only able to get a hand on there, just on the fingertips. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Broncos offense doing a good job of mixing it up here. They've had a lot of success on the ground. I imagine they're in 3-down territory as they have not looked to punt on this side of the field all night. Schneider takes a snap, looks over the left-hand side, had Caleb Sens open, just missed him a little bit high. I was close. He had Sens open, but just misfired a little bit on the throw. And that would have been good for a first down, but it's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Interesting decision from the coach here. They've had so much success on the ground, and they're going to have to go with 3 straight passes. Well, only in theory. Maybe they'll look to run with Grigorchik, who is having a monster night. But they're in the two-back set. Running backs both vacate the backfield. Schneider fires over the middle, and it's a deep pass. The safety lets it go, but we've got a penalty on the field. It appears to be offside against the Broncos. And if it is offside against the Broncos, they'll decline that penalty, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Kodiaks starting on their own 41. Yeah, we've got offside against the Broncos. Penalty is declined. Kodiaks will take over with 8:14 to go. They're only down 13 after being down by 4 touchdowns at halftime. They have come out flying this second half, and it's been a lot of Omarion Martin out of the backfield. And here comes that two-back set, and we'll see the Kodiaks snap, handoff to Martin up the middle. Kalen Berg on the tackle. Martin's going to gain about 2 yards on that one. Big play there from the defense for the Broncos. They really needed to try to limit a first down gain there. As everyone gets up and is all right. It's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Kodiaks. And the way that they're running the ball, the clock is not their friend, so I would imagine anything is going to be 3-down territory here. Especially since the Broncos have had so much success running the ball themselves. This clock is the enemy right now of the Kodiaks. Two-back set. 2nd and 8. Sabine looks to pass, fires left side. Not his best pass attempt as that ball helicoptered its way to the sideline and falls gently down. But the good news for the Kodiaks is that'll stop the clock, as it appears they're going to bring the punt unit out. Now their punter is the quarterback who started the game. He has come in and played a lot of wide receiver, and they've taken a bunch of deep shots to him. So you never know what'll happen on this play. If you're the Broncos, you've got to be prepared for any kind of fake. Cowley back deep to receive the snap. 8 yards to pick up the first down. It's a clean snap. Cowley's going to punt it away, and it's a good one. Tight spiral. Going to go deep to Sens. Sens makes a man miss, goes down the left-hand side, going down the sideline. Boy, and he's got a good return dancing along the sideline. Looks like he got to the Kodiaks 50-yard line. Kodiaks had been doing a good job of keeping the ball away from him most of the game, but he does a good job of sprinting down the sideline and gets brought down by number 45 of the Kodiaks, Joseph Bertram. The Broncos are going to take over. Oh, they're going to say that Sens went out of bounds at the Bronco 54-yard line. So the Broncos offense will take the field, 6:40 to go in the fourth quarter, up 13. They're going to try to keep that clock running as much as possible. Two-back formation again for the Broncos. Snyder, handoff to Grigorchik, who's got room on the left-hand side. And he's going to pick up 5 yards on first down, maybe closer to 6. And he's going to do the smart thing and stay in bounds, as that clock is going to continue to be the enemy of the Kodiaks with 6 minutes to go. Gain of about 5 yards on first down there for Grigorchik. Two-back formation again for the Broncos. Kodiak showing blitz and backing out of it. Looks like handoff to Kwang, and he's going to lose a couple of yards. Big stop there for the Kodiaks. And it looks like they're going to bring out the punting unit for the Broncos as they're going to try to just whittle this clock down. Kodiaks have only had minimal signs of life in the pass game. So it looks like head coach Vanke is going to say, I'll let you try to run the ball as much as you want. We're going to try to pin you deep. And we'll see what happens here for the Broncos. They're going to come out in that fun formation again. I don't know if they're going to try to go for the onside recovery, but they've got the 7 men on the line of scrimmage to block, and then they've got 4 guys behind the punter who are all eligible onside. And we're just getting the clock reset to 5 minutes and 28 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Every second's going to count for the Kodiaks, so they're going to fight to make sure they get all the time that they can get. Play's going to get blown in. Broncos punter is going to try to let that clock wind down as much as he can. And the head coach gives him the okay to punt it. Looks like they didn't keep anyone really onside. Well, Bellefontaine went down and was the first man to fall on it. I didn't see if he was onside when the punt occurred. It's going to be close. The official's going to throw the flag, and they're going to say it's no yards, but it's going to matter who came up with the ball. Bellefontaine was the first guy to touch it, and it looks like 55 of the Broncos comes up with the ball, and they rule it Broncos ball down on the 33-yard line of the Kodiaks. Jammin Dunn, great offensive lineman name there, falls on the ball for the Broncos as Bellefontaine was onside when the punt occurred, so he can touch the ball. You gotta love the BCFC for all the fun that you're gonna get in the special teams game. There's no flag on the play. The Broncos are gonna take over on the 33-yard line. Big play for Bellefontaine to be onside and get that ball. But again, Jammin Dunn, number 55, offensive line, for the Broncos with a huge recovery as Bellefontaine touched it first and he got to fall on it. Single back set for the Broncos here as they're going to look to close this one out with under 5 minutes to go. Snyder out of the gun. He's going to hand it off to Quang. Quang's got some running room. He's going to cut up the middle. He does a good job to gain 8 or 9 yards on first down. He's going to want to look to maybe protect that ball a little bit more with 4:30 to go. Kodiaks running out of time. The defense has done a great job this second half to limit the Broncos. But the Broncos are going to come out and they're going to keep running the ball. Grigorchik, who's had a monster game, is not on the field right now. It is Quang. He did average 8 yards a carry in the first half. High snap, Schneider handles it. Quang's going to run up the middle. He's going to be met by a wall, but it's going to appear he's got the first down. Aiden Quang with a great job. Schneider brings that high snap in, gets it into Quang, and Quang runs hard to pick up the first down. Under 4 minutes to go. The Kodiaks need a turnover to get the ball back. Their offense has managed to run the ball with tremendous success this half, but the clock is going to be their enemy as we come down to the wire here. Schneider out of the gun. Good snap from the center. Fires. He's got Caleb Sens over the middle. Free safety misses a tackle, and Sens gets down to the 1. Sens appears to be a little bit shaken up as the safety had a pretty good shot on him, but didn't make the tackle right away. And Sens is going to go down on the 1. He is a little bit shaken up on the field, but what a great catch and run that was for him. Takes a big shot and brings the ball down to the 1 for the Broncos with 3:19. A touchdown here for the Broncos, and it will be, well, it won't be game over, but the fat lady's warming up in the back. Sens gets up under his own power and jogs off. Big play there for the Broncos offense as they're going to try to close this one out as much as possible with 3:19 to go. Snyder runs out to the huddle. And we'll see what the coach has dialed in here. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Nothing better in the BCFC than a bunch of special teams plays that lead to nights like tonight. Schneider, handoff. Quang jumps over the line of scrimmage. We'll see what the officials call. They're going to say it's 2nd down. Kodiak's defense with a great job of stopping Quang, who goes for the leap, but number 54 of the Kodiaks, Lucas Burgoyne, with a great tackle there to limit it. It's going to be 2nd and goal. But again, the clock is the Kodiak's enemy as it's marching down. Not for me to do right now. Philosophical debate for you at home to decide if it would have been better for them to let the Broncos score and save the time on the clock. But we'll see. Classic I formation for the Broncos. They're going to send one of their tight ends in motion a little bit. They're going to take the handoff. Oh, the ball might have hit the ground there. Looked like they didn't handle the snap and the handoff cleanly. The ball went down, but it looks like number 24, Quang of the Broncos, falls on top of it. Well, you might argue that that's best case scenario for the Broncos as they don't score and they're going to take more time off the clock. It's still a 2-score game, but you would like to be, is that ball going to be on the 2-yard line? If you're the Broncos, you can't take any more time off here, so you're going to want to see them score. And it looks like we've got some confusion as Schneider's coming over to the head coach right now. And the Broncos are going to take a timeout. Boy, I don't know if you want to take a timeout and you're the Broncos right now. That'll be their last timeout of the half. It looks like they had a little bit of confusion there. Boy, that's a shame. if you're the Broncos, you really want that clock running right now, but they're going to have to take a timeout as the head coach and Schneider get on the same page here. After that last play, I don't know if they'll want to go under center and try to hand the ball off again. We'll see what they're going to do. They got backed up to the 2-yard line. Schneider runs back into the huddle. 2:21 to go in the fourth quarter. Score is Broncos 34, Kodiaks 21. Broncos on the 2-yard line looking to try to put this one out of reach. They're not going to kick the field goal, which would make it a 2-score game, but with 2-point conversions needed on both touchdowns. Looks like Schneider's trying to draw the other team offside. Oh, and now we have the Broncos' last time out of the half. Interesting choice on 3rd and goal. Try to draw the other team offside. Broncos have had way too much fun in the kicking game to attempt the field goal, so I think they were just wanting to get a look at how the defense was going to line up and pick a play based off of that. So Schneider runs back out onto the field. They're going to keep the personnel the same as far as the Broncos are concerned. Kodiaks look to get a stop. Broncos line up with the tight end at the bottom of your screen and Colton Meikle at the top. Meikle's got 3 touchdowns in tonight's game. Schneider's going to line up out of the gun. Quang lines up behind him. Flag at the top of the play. Schneider rolling to his right, throws into the end zone, and that ball falls incomplete, almost picked off by the Kodiaks. We'll see what the flag is, but it looks like it came in the area of offside. That would be a huge stop for the Kodiaks with 2:13 to go. Procedure against the Broncos, and that penalty will be declined. And if you're the Broncos, you're all right with that. You've got 2 touchdowns. You got a 13-point lead with 2:13 to go. The Kodiaks are on their own 2-yard line, and the Broncos are going to try to force them to throw as they just do not have the time. The clock is the enemy if you're the Kodiaks right now. You absolutely cannot give up a safety here if you're the Kodiaks. You got to look to get a big play, as we've got an injured Kodiak going off the field right now, so we'll have a few minutes. Hopefully he's all right. If you're looking for a Hollywood script and you're the Kodiaks, you're looking to get a big touchdown early, and then you're going to have to go for the onside kick, as the Broncos offense has been a little bit hot and cold this second half, but in the fourth quarter, they've really marched themselves up and down the field. So Kodiaks are down 2 scores with 2:13 to go. Look for them to start throwing the ball. Cowley has been the preferred target of Sabine as far as throwing deep. Omarion Martin has really brought them back into this game. But we'll see what the Kodiaks have in store. They have all their timeouts left. Sabine's going to line up in the gun. He drops back to pass. Flag on the play. Throws deep, and he's got a man open off the one hand. He got in behind coverage. Number 5 of the Kodiaks, Taman Piddock, got open. Absolutely cannot have that if you're the Broncos. Somehow gets open just running a streak. But a flag will negate. It was offside against the Broncos, so it's going to be 1st and 5 for the Kodiaks. Boy, a breakdown in coverage there, and they almost had that Hollywood script going for them. We'll see what the Kodiaks do here on 1st and 5. 2:07 to go here in the fourth quarter, needing 2 touchdowns to take the lead. Sabine takes the pass, looking to his left, fires. Looking for Piddock again, unable to complete that. throw just a little bit behind him. It's going to be 2nd and 5. 2:04 to go in the game, and you have to assume it's 3-down territory. Last game of the year, you're down 2 touchdowns. You've got to lay it all on the field for this inaugural Rivers Cup between the Prince George Kodiaks and Kamloops Broncos. Sabine sends the receivers, single back, looks to his right, looks to his left. He's got room to run, throws downfield, had a man but unable to get enough mustard on that pass to get to Kodiaks, number 5. He was open. He got flushed out of the pocket, and with 1:57 to go, the Kodiaks are up against it. It is 3rd and 5 for the Kodiaks on their own 7-yard line. They have to go for it here. When you need it the most, where are they going? The last 2 plays have gone to number 5, Kodiak. Sabine drops back to pass, looking to his right. And he was firing over the middle, but it looked like a little confusion between the quarterback and the receiver. And that's going to turn the ball over on downs with 1:54 to go. Lots of time in CFL rules, but the Broncos are marching. Well, they're on the doorstep again with another opportunity to try to end this and get some more points up on the board. And that was a tough series for Sabine, as he had a couple of guys open and he was throwing at the right receivers, but just unable to make the pass. Kwang and Grigorchik in the 2-set backfield for the Broncos. Snyder out of the gun. He's going to hand off to Grigorchik. We got a flag on the field. Grigorchik gets down around the 1 and the 2-yard line. We'll wait to see what the flag is. Looks to be in the area of offside. A little confusion here as to what's going on, but the penalty is going to be against the Broncos, and it's going to march them back. This is good news for the Kodiaks with 1:49 to go. Ball's going to be placed on the 12-yard line. Kodiaks absolutely need a turnover here to have any kind of life, down 13. Snyder, handoff to Grigorchik, who's got room up the middle, but a great tackle by the Kodiaks defensive lineman to hold him to a gain of about 4 yards. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. Grigorchik looked like he had a lot of room on that cutback, but the Kodiaks defense comes up big. We'll see if they've got 2 more plays in them to keep themselves alive with 1:37 and counting to go. 4th quarter. And it looks like the Broncos have 2 running backs in the game, but they've lined them up out wide. They're going to hand the ball off to Grigorchik on a fly sweep, who's got room, and he's going to skirt his way into the end zone. And that's got to be the backbreaker if you're the Broncos. That's going to make the score 40-21. Broncos over the Kodiaks with a 2-point convert coming up, as the Broncos have had an interesting night in the kicking game, as we've come to expect from them this offseason, or this season. Off-season's coming up for both of these teams with 1:19 to go. Neither one of these teams with a chance to make the playoffs. Tonight is their playoffs, as they're playing for the Rivers Cup, which is only going to be played by these 2 teams. And it's a handoff up the left-hand side. So the 2-point convert's going to fail. And we got a little extracurriculars after the play. Little frustrations coming out on the Kodiak sideline, and you can't blame them. Snyder celebrating on the sidelines. 1:17 to go in the 4th quarter, as this one's starting to come to a close here. Kodiaks are going to be needing 3 quick touchdowns, and we'll see what they're able to get. They have had some success in the return game. But Sabine on that last play, on that last drive for the Kodiaks was 0 for 3 and was having a bit of a rough go there. So we'll see what the Kodiaks draw up to try to bring this one a little bit closer. You would imagine the Broncos would kick this one deep, but as always, you never know with Vanke, the head coach. It'll be a squib kick up the middle. And Kodiak's number 5 has a hard time trying to pick that one up, but he's going to get some room on the sideline, and he's going to get that ball going. He's going to get near midfield. As there's no quit in this Kodiak's team, he gets down to the 54-yard line. Pittock on the return with 1:11 to go. As he got up a little bit slowly on that sideline. He's going to take a minute. Hopefully he's all right. Kodiak's offense is going to take over with good field position, but they are running out of time. They're going to need a quick score here, and we'll see what they do. Offensively, the second half, they were getting back into the game with the running game, but they're going to have to throw here and save as much time as possible. 3 receivers bottom of your screen. Sabine looks to run to his right. He's going to scramble and pick up about 4 yards on first down, but that clock's going to keep running. He had a little bit of time in the pocket, but he's got some happy feet. You can't blame him. We'll see what happens here. Clock's running, 58 seconds to go. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Takes the snap. He's looking to his left, running. Berg chasing him. And Cowley catches the ball, but he is out of bounds. A good throw by Sabine, getting chased. So on the run, running to his left, looks for number 11 Cowley, who started the game at quarterback and has been a productive wide receiver for them as far as getting open, but unable to get his feet in bounds on that play. Good news for the Kodiaks is that'll stop the clock with 45 seconds to go, and it's going to be 3rd and 7. With the game on the line, we'll see what the Kodiaks draw up. And it looks like the Broncos are taking a timeout. Head coach Vankenet giving Jack Bellefontaine a hug on the sidelines. And coming over is number 5, Abe Fimbo, giving the head coach a hug. Looks like the head coach is trying to give some of these players who aren't able to come back in their last game a little bit of recognition from the fans. As the Kodiaks are getting into the huddle with 45 seconds to go, they're on life support here, and they're going to need a first down on 3rd and 7 if they want to keep alive in this game for the Rivers Cup. Sabine out of the gun, single set backfield, 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Drops back to pass, fires over the middle, and he's got a completion. And that's going to be good for a Kodiak first down. And we do have a flag on the play. I didn't see what the flag was, but a great job by number 8 of the Kodiaks, Caden Wagner, to pick up the first down. Sabine threw an absolute dart to him. Doing a good job of keeping the Kodiaks alive with 39 seconds. We'll see what the flag is. Unnecessary roughness, and it's a blindside block against the Kodiaks. Oh, that's a tough one to take there. Doing anything you can to pick up the first down, and you get it, but you're going to march yourself back 15 yards. I believe it's going to be first down for the Kodiaks, but they're going to start further behind than where they were. We're just waiting for them to move the chains back, as it should be 1st and 10 for the Kodiaks, but they're back on their own 52-yard line. And here we go. Sabine's going to take the snap. 3 receivers at the top of your screen. The Broncos send a blitz. He fires. Great defensive play by number 21 of the Kamloops Broncos. Jack Bateman just gets his hand in there. When it looked like he got beat, he pass defends like his life depended on that one. Boy, the Broncos are playing some pretty tight coverage, daring the Kodiaks to throw deep on them, and they're letting these receivers get by them. But a great play by Bateman to knock that one away from the wide receiver. 2nd and 10 for the Kodiaks. Drops back to pass, looking down the right-hand side and just not able to hit the receiver. Sabine wasn't quite able to step into this throw as much as he wanted to. Had the man open for a little bit, but just not quite able to get the ball to release out of his hands the way that he wants. It's going to be 3rd and 10, and the Kodiaks are back on life support with 30 seconds to go. 3 receivers, top of your screen. Drops back to pass, looking down the left side. Men all over him. That ball's out, and the Broncos are going to recover. Broncos get a sack on the play and knock the ball out of Sabine's hands, and that's going to do it. Great play by number 33 of the Broncos not to give up. Alex Gregoriou. Great play to get the sack and cause the fumble on 3rd and long, and that's going to end it basically here for the Kodiaks as the Broncos are going to take over on the 51-yard line. 23 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. The score, Broncos 40, Kodiaks 21. Boy, the Kodiaks had their chances in the second half, and they were running all over the Broncos, doing everything they could to get back in this game, but running the ball, the clock just kept running on them, and they weren't able to have enough time on the clock to really end it. Broncos go out of the gun. They're going to hand it off. They're going to run the ball to number 10. Corey Chairs on the carry. It looks like it's his last game, so they're trying to get him a little excitement, get him some carries and some touches. Clock's running down now, 15 seconds in the 4th quarter. Chairs, who just had to carry a little bit of confusion as he's walking back towards the huddle. Looks like Keegan Curtis, the starting safety for the Broncos, is going to take the snap. Kodiak's defense has a little bit of pride and gets up there and does what they can to stop that play. We got a flag on the play. Broncos having some fun with their last game of the year as they're going to win the Rivers Cup. Unnecessary roughness against the Kodiaks. It'll be a 1st down, but that's no time left on the clock. We'll have one more snap of the ball, but that will be the game. As Coach Vanke gets the Gatorade shower on a crisp night here in Kamloops, British Columbia at Hillside Stadium. They're going to get the ball set up here for the Broncos at the 33-yard line of the Kodiaks. And we'll see what the Broncos choose to do here. No time left on the clock. They've had a couple of fun snaps, just trying to get some of their players that are aging out or graduating just some fun after a long season. But Schneider's going to take a knee, and the Broncos are going to win the last game of the year. They're going to finish the season at 2-8, as are the Kodiaks, finishing 2-8. The final score here at Hillside Stadium, the Prince George Kodiaks 21, the Kamloops Broncos 40. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for going on the ride with me tonight as they're going to present the Rivers Cup The president of the Kamloops Broncos is going to be handing the trophy here to Coach Vankenet, but I'm going to be signing off here. My name is James Bicknell. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for hanging in with me for this thriller of a game, and we look forward to seeing you next year here at BCFC Football. Signing off.
Thank you for joining us today and supporting the Broncos all season long. Can't wait to see you back next year for the Kamloops Broncos season. Have a great evening and get home safe.
At the top of your screen, Duford in motion going forward. Snyder drops back to pass. He's got time. Fires over the right-hand side. He's got a man open, and that'll be good. Snyder again. 3 receivers at the top. He's looking to his right. Has Meikle open in the flat. Meikle breaks a tackle and goes into the end zone. And that'll be a touch. Snyder again. 3 receivers at the top. He's looking to his right. Has Meikle open in the flat. Meikle breaks a tackle and goes into the end zone. And that'll be a touch. Going to be looking for Meikle on the top of your screen there, number 17, as he goes in motion. Handoff left side, Jagorczyk. And Jagorczyk runs. Going to be looking for Meikle on the top of your screen there, number 17, as he goes in motion. Handoff left side, Jagorczyk. And Jagorczyk runs. Receivers to the wide side of the field. Cowley calls the motion, takes the handoff. Run by Martin. And what a play by number. Tight end set, sorry. Single back, Snyder. Fires over the middle. He's got Sens. Sens on the post pattern. And he looks like he's going to get the ball back to their offense. Schneider's going to take the snap. He's looking to his right. Fires. He's got a man downfield. And they're going to bring it in, and that's a touchdown for the Broncos. Looks get the ball back to their offense. Schneider's going to take the snap. He's looking to his right. Fires. He's got a man downfield. And they're going to bring it in, and that's a touchdown for the Broncos. Looks like line there. Handoff up the right-hand side to Jagorczyk, and he's just slashing up the right-hand side. And that's going to be on either side of the screen. Schneider, handoff, left-hand side. Jagorczyk with room to run. He's going to cut back to his right, back up the middle. Big. Jagorczyk is the tailback. Snyder under center. Handoff up the middle, and Jagorczyk's going to fall in on the right-hand side for a touchdown. Jagorczyk is the tailback. Snyder under center. Handoff up the middle, and Jagorczyk's going to fall in on the right-hand side for a touchdown. Snyder out of the gun. A couple of extra offensive linemen on the left-hand side, and they're going to hand the ball off. Jagorczyk's just going to go in absolutely untouched up the left-hand side. Broncos bringing out a jumbo pack. Sabine's going to take the shotgun snap. Cowley's a tall guy and running down. He is. And it's going to work as a punt. Interception for the Broncos. 0, but the Kodiaks are looking to change that right away. Quarterback's going to go up under center. Sends the receivers in motion. Martin up the middle, jumps over the top, and that'll be a touchdown for the Kodiaks. Interesting series of plays. Snap, handoff up the middle to Martin. Martin with a little bit of room in it. He's going to score. Touchdown, Kodiaks. And just like that, we got ourselves a ball game. The snap, handoff up the middle to Martin. Martin with a little bit of room in it. He's going to score. Touchdown, Kodiaks. And just like that, we got ourselves a ball game. Play action, fires over the middle. He's got Meikle. Meikle's got room to run. He's going down the right-hand side. Will he be caught from behind? No! Meikle with a touchdown. Play action, fires over the middle. He's got Meikle. Meikle's got room to run. He's going down the right-hand side. Will he be caught from behind? No! Meikle with a touchdown. They're going to keep the special teams off for this two-point convert. Schneider looking to his right, fires to the corner, and the receiver's open. And they're going to keep the special teams off for this two-point convert. Schneider looking to his right, fires to the corner, and the receiver's open. And he's going to hand the ball off up the middle with a couple of big boys coming in motion on the right-hand side there. There's the handoff, and he's going to walk into the end zone. To hand the ball off up the middle with a couple of big boys coming in motion on the right-hand side there. There's the handoff, and he's going to walk into the end zone. They've lined them up out wide. They're going to hand the ball off to Grigorchik on a fly sweep, who's got room, and he's going to skirt his way into the end zone. But they've lined them up out wide. They're going to hand the ball off to Grigorchik on a fly sweep, who's got room, and he's going to skirt his way into the end zone. Three receivers, top of your screen. Drops back to pass, looking down the left side. Men all over him. That ball's out, and the Broncos are going to recover. That are aging out or graduating. Just some fun after a long season, but Schneider's going to take a knee, and the Broncos are going to win the last game of the year. They're going to finish the season at 2-8, as are the Kodiaks, finishing 2-8. The final score here at Hillside.